We are back with a new installation of new Rory and Maul. I'm Maul. That's Rory.
Oh, did we start?
Yeah,
was that the real intro?
Man.
Oh, my bad.
What are you doing?
I was just getting adjusted, and then he's making me nervous because he's standing up. I don't like when everyone's sitting down and one person stands up.
You don't like that?
It just makes me nervous.
I feel you. Yeah, the police usually do that when they knock at your door.
I mean, don't do the jail pose. That doesn't make me feel any better.
Down.
You look like an undercover cop.
You definitely dress like an undercover cop. Well, all due respect.
Your fan, Rachel.
Okay.
It's opened already.
I'm sure the people...
That's a federal crime, opening someone's mail.
It is.
I don't know if you knew that or not.
Well, I'm a cop, so.
For everybody that's on our audio adventure instead of our video adventure, Rory
this is Rory opening a late Christmas gift, birthday gift from one of his beloved fans.
This is an all-ages show. Why does this say "and a nude"?
Well, just look at the other stuff first.
Give me the nude. Let me make sure it's not anthrax in the envelope.
But the nude is for Rory.
Does that, because I don't want to pass nudes because that's not.
Is it a real nude?
I don't know.
You have to look at it.
Well, all due respect, any woman sending
actually, there's something behind it too.
In the mail, I think that's kind of fly.
A nude picture, like a real picture.
I think that's fly.
It might be a nude painting, like a painting of a nude, like a nude strip. That would be funny.
What does it say?
That would be.
So describe in detail what you're looking at.
It says on the back, "Told you I'd deliver you some hoes for your birthday. Enjoy," with this smiley face tongue out that she wrote. First of all, I don't know who this is, so you telling me that you were going to deliver me the hoes?
Maybe
no one ever told me that.
Now you gotta look in the box. There might be a hole in there somewhere.
Well, as my mom said, you always have to read the card first. It's rude to just open the present.
That's very rude.
I had home training.
It says a lot. They thought about the gift.
She didn't put her name on the box.
She did. It's Rachel.
Her name is Rachel.
Yeah.
Here's hoping. Oh, I get it. Hoping. But she spelled it with like a ho. Hoping.
Same.
You have a happy, horrific birthday.
Hey.
Well, it passed already and it wasn't horrific.
Yes.
I think there were actually no hoes around.
No.
Not a hoe in sight.
No. We had fun though.
Well, there might be one in here. We got to keep going through the box.
Well, she got me a hose.
Like an actual hose?
Like, get it? The hose.
Mail you the hose.
Oh.
Here's the thing. I have a hose, but my new spot doesn't. I need like a hose thing.
You always need
for my roof. But I mean, yeah, here's the hose. I get it.
You got the hose.
Did you see that she circled hose on the thing?
Is this a gardening tool referred to as a hoe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hoe.
Well, I can use this because I have plants.
You keep that in the car in case somebody gets a little lippy in traffic.
Lippy.
I do have something in the car for people that get a little lippy.
You got to keep something in the car when they get a little lippy.
Sight. Like when you get in my car, you can see.
Yeah, when they get a little lippy at the red light, it's like you just hold that up.
Easy reach.
Yeah, just hold that up at the window. Like, listen, pal.
I mean, I appreciate the comedy. I mean, she didn't have to go all the way to Lowe's to get this, but
that's the funnier part.
I do appreciate
it. She sent you a hoe and a hose.
She circled hose on every product.
That's creative though. That's I
mean,
like
is it
that.
He did just buy a house, so I feel like that is stuff that he could use.
The hoe I could really use. The rake and a hoe.
Yeah.
In a piece of fertile ground.
Yeah.
That's a song in elementary school. You had to be there in the 90s. Is this her?
Yes, that's her.
Oh shit. This is a real nude. That's a real nude. A fire one though. Very tasteful and artsy. Like, was this professionally done?
I guess so.
Who took the picture?
Someone took
the self timer.
It says something.
I found that out. I was always wondering.
On the back.
I was one of those insecure guys that would be like, "She's not taking those photos by herself on vacation."
Yeah.
No, they are. I didn't know that. They have tripods and timers.
Oh man, they have tripods with the light now on it. It's all kind of shit going on.
I just assumed they had a boyfriend.
I saw something where they have an actual drone.
Those are natural?
Now.
I don't know.
Some quality titties.
Some quality.
Can you look on the back of the picture?
She signed it for me. She put an autograph on the titties.
Oh, so you guys have seen this nude?
No,
you guys are nasty.
You literally just pulled it out.
And it's right there.
Oh, it just says happy belated.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so she knew.
She sent the nude and just put happy belated birthday on the back of it. I thought that was going to be the real poem.
No, her titties are the poem.
Okay.
Titties are the poem.
Okay, well, thank you.
So shout out to Rachel with the nice titty.
Rachel.
Nice titty. Nice titty Rachel.
Nice titty Rach. Let's call it nice titty Rach.
Well,
nice titty
Rachel.
Rach.
I appreciate that. I did not receive any birthday nudes, so that does make me feel Like somebody
That's
cares.
the only nude
It was
you
like
see
a
on your
real
birthday?
life picture.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta up this shit.
But I didn't like
gotta
ask.
up this
I didn't
shit.
ask
So
anyone for
God damn
birthday
it.
nudes.
Huh?
I didn't ask.
You're
anyone.
not supposed to ask.
supposed to
I
ask.
get nudes for my birthday.
But I don't have
just
it.
like you supposed once they know it's your born, you supposed to just wake up with the titties in your face.
But y'all got it like that. I don't have it like that.
Nah, you got it.
You
like
clearly
that.
do.
You clearly got it like that. She sent you a hose, a
called you the
hole.
hose.
USPS.
Yeah.
It was priority mail too.
It was
Ooh,
priority.
she wanted them titties to get to you ASAP.
Overnighted the titties?
Yeah, she definitely overnighted the twat.
The twat is not in this photo, by the way.
Oh, she didn't show the twat. You
No,
gotta
she
show
has
the
her legs
twat.
crossed.
Maul, please stop.
Oh,
Wait,
oh,
let
it
me
was a
double check.
tasteful one. She gave you a
Oh,
class.
yeah,
yeah, no,
legs are
it's
open.
black and white.
Black and white nudes are the best. I don't know if anybody knows that. Black and white pictures are great, but black
Wait.
and white nudes, oh God.
Hold on, I just peeped because I didn't want y'all to see it because I don't know if that's you shouldn't do that with women's nudes that are intended for one person.
Right.
Shouldn't show them because that's corny.
Well, I opened it not
She's-
knowing it was a nude.
Well, you're a woman. She's at a typewriter. This is like the classiest nude.
Wait, what do you mean?
I thought that
She's
was
at like a
mixer.
real typewriter.
That's a typewriter.
Oh, so
or a
that means
mixer?
she's a fucking psycho. She took each letter from the newspaper and pieced it
Yeah.
together.
This is gonna be a ransom note eventually.
Yeah.
She's gonna kidnap me when I find her on IG. Like, hey, let's link.
Mhm.
Let's see where
Mhm.
this is going.
I like.
Oh, that was nice.
Well, there you go. Now you guys can introduce yourselves or who you are.
Welcome to another
I'm Mr. Rachel.
welcome to another edition of the new Rory and Maul show. I am all. That's Rory. That's Rory.
This is Rory.
That's so Rory.
That's not no.
That's really funny. That's so Rory.
Rory.
It's the bitches I can see.
Did you just remix
It's
the
so
That's So Raven?
emotional.
I'm trying to welcome people to the show,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure we're scaring them off. So let's try that again. Welcome to a new episode of New Rory and Maul. I am all. This is Rory.
That's So Raven is just a perfect example of women manifesting all the bad things in their life. Women love a good
You laugh a
manifest
little
and
bit
see
too
where it gets
fucking
them every
hard.
time.
It's a new thing going on that I'm seeing a lot of the women talk about now. It's called the soft life. They're
Okay.
manifesting a soft life for themselves.
They've had too much hard dick.
too much hard times, too much rough times. The ladies are trying to get past the rough times. They're trying to get more into a softer world, a softer zone where it's peace, it's love, it's whatever they deem to be quality of life.
Do you really want me to explain the soft life to you? Because
What if they're the hard
off.
time?
That's what it is, right? It's peace. It's about peace of mind. It's about
It's
happiness.
a little bit more than that.
It's
about,
about
like,
We
taking
don't want to
age,
do the
taking
labor
care of their
anymore.
mind, body, and soul.
We don't want to do the labor anymore. We don't want
Wait,
to work
what?
super hard. We don't want to work hard.
All you've been doing is
We
asking
want to
for
be
our
taken.
money.
We want to be
Has that been
taken care
that
of.
rough?
We want to be taken care of. We want nannies. We want fucking maids. We want Pilates and brunch.
Wait,
And
hold on.
we don't want to split bills. That is what the soft life is. We're taking our time. We're breathing. We're not running around.
Yo, the hoes
feeding
gonna
into
always
the-
find a way to just like give a new word for like just slanging pussy.
Right.
'Cause, like, look,
I was gonna say
Everything
soft,
I just
soft life
said.
is another word for lazy hoe.
yeah, that's just like it's like no, go out there, shake that ass, get that money. You know what I'm saying, and provide for yourself.
But hold on,
Might as well.
Did you see how Demaris worded that? We no longer want to do these things like they've done those things before.
Yeah, like
no, what is this, reparations for your mother and grandmother?
Like,
You
what
didn't
are
do
you
none of this
talking
shit.
about? Y'all just got here 20 years ago. Like, what are y'all talking about? What hard life have women had? Like, honestly, like a lot of these young women that are like 27, what hard life did they have?
Maul.
Some of them, half of them don't have kids. Half of them don't know what it is to get the kids up, get them to school, prepare lunch, pick them up from school, drop them off to basketball practice, soccer practice. Like,
With 2 jobs.
yeah, so what is the hard life? Like, you tired of like not being able to keep a relationship?
No, it has nothing to do with men. It has nothing to do with that.
Okay, then who's going to do all those things?
It sounds like it has everything to do
Yeah,
with
literally
it.
the entire.
Who's gonna
It's
fund
just-
this soft
it has,
life?
It has a lot. It has a lot to do with. We live in a capitalist society, and
You know some
They
there's
bullshit's
start-
coming.
yeah, whenever they start talking about capitalism, you know what's happening.
Because no, we work. First of all, humans, period, work really, 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 really hard. We work to
Not all
exhaustion.
humans. Not all
Everything.
humans.
Many
Some
of us.
motherfuckers is lazy fucks. We
Okay,
know some.
but most people are busting their ass.
Sure.
And so women who are like, I want the soft life, it's like, I don't want to be rushing to work and then working super hard and then rushing home and trying to make dinner and trying to do all these things. And like, it's just I'm taking the time, I'm taking the breaths, and I'm just enjoying.
Taking the
Life.
breath.
Okay.
Oh, you're breathing.
Okay, so, all right. You know what?
Okay, they want to breathe.
Let's
breathe.
even go. Let's even go with it. I agree. That can get rough. Who is going to do society needs to continue on.
Man.
Who is supposed to fill those roles then?
Plenty of
So wait, hold on. We're
things
supposed to
in
provide
society.
all the bread, then take care of the kids, then do like what do you do?
No, that's not.
No,
that's not what they're saying.
What you're saying is women want
To do nothing.
Exactly.
And get
Like,
rewarded.
No,
they want to have a
that's
nanny to take
not
care of the kids, take care of the house. They want to have a housekeeper. They don't want to clean.
There's plenty of other nations.
They want to go to
that
Pilates
run,
and go get a frap, a latte.
Yeah.
There's plenty
and
of other
fucking
nations that run.
Nations. When they start talking about capitalism and nations, go ahead.
We have a long ass work day. Our work day does not need to be this long.
But it's just for women, though. Men
it's
should
not
stay
just
with the
for-
work.
It's not just for women. It's for people. Period. Y'all don't. Okay.
So
first
men
of
can
all,
have a soft.
hold
Wait,
on.
We could be in a
so
soft
men
life?
can have soft
Yes,
life.
but y'all don't want a fucking soft life. Rory, you out of all people, you maybe Maul, you do not want a soft life. You
I agree.
hate the soft life.
But what does
So
what
why
does a
the
soft
fuck
life
you
look
complaining that
like
other
for a man?
people-
What does a soft life look like for a man?
You live a pretty soft life, Maul.
Okay, but what does it look like though?
It looks like you come here, you record, you go visit your friends, you have dinner, you go home, you smoke your weed, you sit, kick your feet up, juice. You are living a soft life.
Yeah, but I also have been doing this shit twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, every week for 6 years.
Okay. But you make room in your life to make sure that you're not working yourself to exhaustion, right?
Oh yeah, but
okay,
I worked myself to that place though.
Yeah,
Right.
it took time.
It was a hard
to
life.
be able to have the soft.
It was a hard life
It was
before
rewarded.
the soft life. Yeah. But I'm just saying a lot of these women that I see are saying this are young, 23, 24, 25. It's like, you just started. You just finished high school 6 years ago. You should either be just finishing college or still studying. Like, so what hard life? You don't want to go to school? You don't want to study? You don't want to work a 9 to 5? Like, what hard
don't
life?
think
And,
It's
and even if
about-
you're still
it's not
figuring that shit
about-
out, that's cool. But your solution shouldn't be I don't want to do anything and have everything given
But
to
that's
me.
not what the soft life is about. It's not
Well,
about
how you gonna
not
get the
want-
nanny?
It's just about not working
It's
every
about
day.
not working yourself to exhaustion.
Okay. All right.
Living
No, I
in
can
your,
understand
living
that.
in your feminine energy, not always being masculine and all like, yeah, just
You know why women are full of shit? Because they want that, right? For all women. What about the nanny? She can't have the soft life.
No. Take care of my kids. Clean my house.
it's
So
a
you got.
partnership.
It's not for all women. It's just for you.
It's a partnership with the girl and the nanny and the housekeeper.
Yes.
So what happens when the nanny wants
Hey,
to live a soft
women are
life?
good, bro. When I
They're
tell
the great.
you,
They're the
women,
best.
women will find a way to say these, come up with these phrases, and make men feel like shit because it's like, well, why do I even have a
But
hard
why
life to
are
begin
you
with?
internalizing that when it has nothing to do with you?
No, I'm not saying it has anything to do
I
with
just
me.
want to
I'm
know
just
who's
saying,
going to do the stuff that you don't want to do anymore. That's what I'm saying.
well, the
Because
nanny,
if all
the
women are doing
housekeeper-
it,
yeah, the nanny, the housekeeper, and
so a male nanny.
no, I don't think there are male nannies.
There
I've
are
never.
male
seen-
there
Are they?
nannies, Yes.
For sure.
Really?
Yeah,
But I'm
mannies.
saying if all women deserve
Excuse
the soft
me?
life,
Mannies.
No, I grew up with Manny. He doesn't take care of kids.
Manny was a plug.
My cousin?
He takes care of other
Manuel.
kids. Emmanuel. Emmanuel ain't taking care of his kids. He damn sure ain't coming to take care of yours.
All right, you know what?
I'm
So
just saying.
how is the soft life? You guys were just telling me about this. Is this on Instagram? Is this a hashtag?
God.
Is
I've
this
been seeing it for months.
I haven't seen it at all.
Like a lot of women, they put, when they go on a vacation, they get videos of the water crashing into the shore, and then they post, the soft life is what I'm manifesting for myself.
Mhm.
I no longer want to be, stressed. I no longer want to be in toxic relationships, which I can understand. I can understand.
oh yeah, I
women
get all that.
being done with all of those types of things. But, I just don't, the whole, not working hard. I think you should, even if you are in a position where you have a partner, you have a husband, or, somebody that makes a great living for themselves and they take care of you, they wine and dine. I feel like as a woman, you should always want something to do every day for yourself and build, like work hard, even if it's to start a business or, start some type of company, charity, organization, whatever, just something to give back, to do something, because it sounds good being able to just wake up every day, not do nothing, relax.
Sounds boring to me.
That gets boring.
Doesn't
quick.
sound very fulfilling.
Yeah, like you're gonna
For
want
a month,
purpose.
it's probably cool.
Right, you're gonna want a purpose. You're gonna want to wake up every day and look forward to doing something and seeing something come to fruition that you've actually built. So I mean, it's good for your mental health. It just keeps you looking forward to do something. But I do understand that people don't want to work hard every day, and they don't want to. None of us do. Nobody wants to get up every day and have to go do something that, number one, they dread doing.
And I don't think
That
humans
drains
are here
them.
to do that to begin with. So I get that.
I understand that part. But you should always be working at something and doing something. I think you just need to figure out what your passions are and not work hard. Work smart.
Yeah.
Like, I know you don't want to work hard.
But why do
wanna
you
work
feel
smart.
Well, well-oiled
why do you
machines
feel
don't
like
grind.
You should always be working towards something. Why do you think it's not okay for you to just exist for a little while? Just
Because that's working.
exist?
No,
There's
you
always
can
working
exist.
towards something.
Yeah,
It doesn't
but-
have to be labor or something with your career.
Just something that keeps your mind moving and your mind, you know, building your strength mentally and just because it makes you feel good when you accomplish something. When you start the task
Of course.
and you end it, it's just a feeling that you get like you completed something, you accomplished something. So I think every day you should want to accomplish something and work towards something bigger than just yourself.
And rest is still working.
Yeah.
If the rest has a purpose for something else.
It's like you're resting because you were working.
Yeah, that's why Team No Sleep was the dumbest movement ever. Like,
No,
you
you
need sleep and rest, and that's
Absolutely.
part of working.
But I do wish for a soft life for every woman that may be having a hard life. Let me say that. I do wish that, you know, a lot of women have more time for themselves to relax and just enjoy life a little more. I'm not, you know, I'm having fun with the whole soft life thing. But I know a lot of women that work hard, that are single mothers, that have, you know, a lot of shit on their plate every single day. So for women like that, absolutely.
Why you gotta be a single mom to work hard for you to respect the hustle?
Well, because single mothers I mean, if you don't have kids and you're working hard, that's because you just have a job or something like that. But when you imagine having a job and then having kids on top of that. Like if you have no kids.
I couldn't imagine. That's why I don't have any.
This is what I'm saying. So for those women in particular, so those women in particular, the single moms that are raising kids, soft life, please, for them. And like I said, for all women, anybody that wishes and manifesting for a soft life, I hope that you achieve that.
Well, I'm manifesting for my soft life. I want to move to DC and commute to work. Is that okay with you guys?
That doesn't sound like a soft life.
What's in DC?
Yeah.
I love DC. I would live there if my whole life wasn't up here.
Chocolate City. Chocolate City, chocolate titties. I love it.
Because Demaris wants the brunch, and they have the best brunches.
Well, Demaris then went down there on U Street and found her African that said he's going to, you know, change her life, put on a jet tomorrow, and that's what she sees for herself.
But don't fall into that trap that people in their 20s do.
African who?
They visit one city.
An African engineer. You know them Africans love to say they engineer.
I've been saying since I was a kid that I have a lot of family in the Maryland, DC area, and I always wanted to raise my kids there because it has the highest concentration of Black millionaires, and it's just like there's Black people everywhere.
It's a beautiful area,
and it's gorgeous.
You know what else is in DC?
What?
Heroin.
There's heroin here.
Yeah, Biden, Kamala, running amok. Have you seen what they're doing?
Well, they're walking amok because he's old.
Yeah, like they're fucking tearing this country to shit.
Yeah.
Have you seen
wheelchairing amok?
Yeah, have you seen Kamala and Joey? What they're doing? Oh God,
Joey.
They're there. What else is in DC? One of the highest crime rates, probably the last.
One of the highest homeless rate.
One of the highest homeless rates.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. DC homeless people, they sleep like at the
Mambo
crossroads.
sauce. That's there.
Oh, Mambo sauce is definitely there. So that's a plus. But I like DC. DC has always been one of my favorite cities.
I love the townhouses. I love the way it looks like. I can see myself with like.
You went to Georgetown. See, you was in Georgetown. You wasn't in DC. You drove through Georgetown. You was like, this is it looked like the Huxtables. It looked like the Huxtables live over here. Yeah, you was,
go to Southeast.
Yeah, I know we use that by the waterfront, the wharf. What do they call that down there? The wharf. You was at the wharf and all of that. I know where you was. No, go to DC. Go a little deeper in the city.
DC is the best city that I think in the United States that hides the hood.
Oh yeah,
they hide the hood better than anyone.
Yeah, they have to.
Like even when you go to other cities, usually by the airport, the hood is over there. So like you kind of no matter what have to see the hood.
Yeah,
DC's airport's like on the water.
Yeah,
it's next to the Pentagon.
Beautiful. And as soon as you leave the airport, it's the White House is right there on your left.
Yeah,
the National Monument is right there. The Great Lawn, what they call it? The Great Lawn.
So many
times. The lawn is there, great manicured to, every blade of grass is even all year round.
I've taken the wrong left in downtown Atlanta, been like, well, I'm in the hood. I feel like DC though. DC, you have to, I feel like intentionally go there.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's a
but DC, once you in it, it's hard to get out of it.
Yeah. DC is like, once you driving straight for too long.
Yeah.
You gotta make a couple turns. If you drive straight for too long, you're gonna start to see some shit. That's just how DC is designed. The roundabouts are the weirdest shit ever. I hate the roundabouts in DC. It's like make a right at the second roundabout. It's like, all right, it's 5 roundabouts in front of me. Where am I going?
Well, I mean, it's designed like the Masonic symbol, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, another conspiracy episode?
No, that's next week.
Just look at the map.
No, I get it.
It's a Mason sign.
I'm with you. I get it.
There's no reason for a city to be shaped that way.
Listen, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. But yeah, DC, I love DC, Demaris.
So y'all will let me commute?
I mean, it's up to you. If you feel like that's something you want to do, yeah.
But see, here's another thing with DC and New York. It's one of those that you don't realize how far it is until you do the drive. You go, I forgot how fucking far DC is.
Yeah.
Because when you're in New York, it's like, let me just shoot over to DC. It's not Philly.
And it's farther.
It can take you 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah, when you have to be in the city for something. you start to feel it like, especially if you're driving from DC, that turnpike, running in traffic.
You get to Maryland, you get to Baltimore, and you're like, all right, I'm almost there. It's like, oh wait, this is another hour after this.
And then the turnpike.
It's deceiving.
Yeah. But yeah, if you feel like you could do that commute, absolutely. DC is, I love DC. I'm all jokes aside, one of my favorite cities.
Just don't be one of those people in their 20s that goes to a city a few weekends and is like, I need to move here. It's like, nah, you saw weekend DC.
Yeah.
You ain't see Monday through Thursday DC.
Yeah, it gets a little, but you have family there, so I'm pretty sure you're good. As long as you have, I think moving to cities where you already have some type of base and foundation of your people there,
it helps.
I think that helps, and you'll figure it out from there, because then now you know where to go for certain things.
So nice
things
and
like
quiet.
that.
Like my best friend lives in the sticks. It was like nice and quiet. It was like country, but not country.
Yeah, like if you
And I
can
was
live like that in DC in those areas, beautiful.
PG County is great.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's where I was at.
Food is great.
Yeah, beautiful.
But like,
don't go too that way, because them niggas is there.
Like, remember when South by started to hit, and everyone's like, remember when South by hit, and everyone's like, yo, I think I'm gonna make that move to Austin.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you saw 6th Street during South by.
Yeah, Austin is beautiful though.
It's great. I love
Austin
it.
is a beautiful. I actually would.
But I like to
love
visit
live in
it.
Austin.
I
would love to live there. I like it. It's a techie city. You got your nightlife. You got your people. You got your culture. You got your arts.
Again,
arts district and all of that.
I think I could do that with so many cities for like a month. That's really, I don't know if it's fear or comfortability with New York that I'm just like, I know for a fact I could be here forever and be okay.
Oh,
like there's months that I hate New York. There's months I love New York. I feel like if I go to Miami, I would love it for a month. And then I would no longer want to be there.
The soft life for men, Rory, would be for us to have
Houston
homes and condos in different cities and states that we can just spend 2 months here, then go and spend 2 months there.
Well, instead of working for all those condos and other places, I'm just gonna go by the beach and I'm gonna manifest it.
Yeah,
and then that condo
I'm gonna put all of my wishes in like a bottle. I've always wanted to do this. I'm gonna put all my wishes in a bottle and throw them out to the sea, and just wait for the universe to return what I asked for,
and in
an abundance.
I feel like even though I've contributed nothing to society, I feel like I deserve
a soft life.
Yeah.
God damn it, make soft life equal for men too. It's not just a woman thing, it's for men too.
Yeah.
Masculine, heterosexual men deserve a soft life as well as
I just want to live in my masculinity. I just want to live in it.
You want you want to live in your masculinity?
That actually sounds like creepy.
Your
that actually sounds like a charge.
Address your feminine side, because we all have one.
I address my feminine side all the time.
What's your feminine side?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is your feminine side?
The closest I've gotten to addressing my feminine side is skincare. Like
is that feminine though?
No, that's just hygiene.
By
but I think it's being more in touch with your feminine side though. Like,
and skincare, I wouldn't put directly into hygiene. Like a dude could shower constantly and be a clean guy, but isn't into skincare.
Yeah,
he just throws lotion on his face.
Manicure, pedicure. That's like being in touch,
okay,
right?
Yeah, you're soft life,
I've been manifesting this soft life for men. I've been trying to lead this brigade, Rory. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I've been met with like nothing but restraint and men thinking I'm gay because I get a manicure, and I'm just like,
me too, Mo.
What the fuck? I'm trying to give men we deserve a soft life. God damn it!
You know what's so toxic about women and them wanting us to embrace our feminine side? Anytime I've like talked skincare with a girl, or like she'll be at the house and see my skincare routine or all the stuff I have in my medicine cabinet, they're like, "Oh, you must fuck mad bitches to know all this."
Oh my god!
Or like, yo, what girl taught you this? Yeah. I'm like, wait, why can't I?
So what girl taught you it?
Google. Everyone has YouTube.
You can also go to Sephora and talk to a specialist,
a woman, and she
or
can help you.
You can also go to your dermatologist.
Yeah, look up.
My dermatologist is a man.
I wish a soft life for Rory and his skin.
Yeah,
because men should not have alligator skin. We should have soft skin. We should fucking exfoliate just like women do. We should moisturize. We should tone. You know what I mean? Like we can.
Do you guys get waxed?
The only thing that should be hard is our dicks.
Where would I get waxed?
No.
You look like you have a hairy back, Rory.
I don't at all, actually.
Really?
That's
not
sick.
even
That's
close.
sick to look at Rory and say you look like you have a hairy back. Rory,
I don't at all.
A hairy back? Nah, man. Come on. You can't say that about my guy.
No. Luckily, I don't, because I would probably feel insecure about a hairy ass back.
I can't. I've never gotten waxed. Now, a friend of mine, she tested it on like my arm just to show me how like painful it was. From that day forward, I salute any woman.
Oh, your
that
arm.
Gets a wax.
Yeah, imagine putting it on your balls and see how that.
Did y'all ever? Y'all would never get sugared?
Huh?
Sugared?
I know a girl that gets.
Is that
sugared.
less painful?
No, it's more painful.
Yes, it's definitely.
But it takes out more hair though.
I'm not a super hairy guy though. Like I got the little Manscaped clippers.
Yeah.
Well, like a nice Brazilian for you.
I don't need. I'm not. When I go to Brazil, I'll get a Brazilian woman, but I'm not getting a Brazilian wax. I'm cool.
And I clean it up, but going bald, like
no.
It makes your Johnson look bigger.
I'm all right with my hair, bro. I don't need to look like a fucking porn star or a little boy.
Yeah.
Listen, man, that's just so crazy that Demaris said that, though. We just let that one fly.
I did. I didn't want to address
Johnson look bigger.
Didn't even want to address it.
Yo, you know how crazy that is?
Yo, speaking of feminine, embracing my femininity, yesterday I went to go take a bath, right?
Yeah,
with
look at
lavender.
You embracing your feminine side.
Yeah,
washing
candles.
your ass.
Well, I did the whole thing, right?
You like candles when you take a
Absolutely.
Take a bath?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Like what's that?
I put the Epsom salt, lavender Epsom salt in there.
Dr. Teals? Dr. Teals.
Of course.
Gotta get the Dr. Teals.
It's me. Come on.
Yeah. I forgot who I was talking to. My bad.
Had my little bath bomb from Lush and, some bubble bath, right?
Just really getting to know yourself.
And I look over on the side of my soap tub, and it's like this fucking dark ass like chunks up against the wall and on the floor, like spread out.
Who shit on your floor?
I'm saying like
it had to be Baisley.
length like this. And then I see at the end, there's a body wash container tipped over, and all the soap had run from besides, right?
Oh,
and then I started thinking, who was the last person to use my soap tub?
Swear to God, it wasn't me. You put everything
He didn't say it was
on
you.
me.
He just asked
No. I'm saying it's Demaris.
Oh, okay.
It was not me.
Demaris.
You were the last one.
You took a video of the
You
evidence?
see how he, now mind you,
I took a picture.
I spoke to Rory all weekend. You think he mentioned this at all? He waits till we
He
come
just
on the
noticed
I
it
side.
just
last
noticed
night.
it yesterday.
Yeah, see? Because you don't really notice things in your bathroom until you're like laying in your tub and you can look around and shit.
Right. You're like,
It wasn't me.
This doesn't do it justice, Maul, but like it was all the way on the back, just nasty.
Oh, yeah.
It
somebody
wasn't
knocked
And it
over.
all fucking dried
Let
up
me see.
and
Oh,
clunky.
yeah.
Why, bro?
You gotta pour,
I don't use this. That's body wash that was from your guest bathroom.
Oh shit, that was me.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I didn't knock it over on purpose.
That's okay.
For
Get your
days
ass
it
off the
sat
camera.
here. You know,
Days, that was your birthday was a month ago.
But he just wishes
Oh,
a
I thought
soft
you used-
life.
okay. Well, that shit has been sitting there.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't know. When I dog sat, I didn't go in your
Because
bathroom.
Demaris uses my guest bathroom, and I keep soap in there, obviously, for guests.
Yeah, that was definitely
And it
me.
doesn't leave the guest bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow it ended up in my master bathroom.
Oh, yeah,
next to
no.
the tub, spilled
master
everywhere.
bath.
That was when that was from your
Am I allowed to
birthday.
say master bathroom?
What do they call
You
it now?
shouldn't use the word master.
Owners
The biggest
bathroom?
bedroom.
Owners is crazy too.
Owners quarters?
They
Owners
say the
quarters.
master bedroom and the master bathroom.
They don't know. They don't say it no more.
I just feel like master and quarters shouldn't come out of my mouth.
Realtors don't really say that no more.
What?
Really?
Nah, they don't.
Masters?
Listen, we live in a crazy world. A lot of things are just not politically correct anymore.
Well, I mean, it does have a racist history, so
Of course, I get it. I understand, but I mean, I don't.
so the owners' quarters.
Owners quarters.
That almost sounds
racist
worse.
too,
Sounds worse,
actually.
yeah.
Owners quarters.
That's kind of like when I found out the correct term is little people. I felt like that was more demeaning, and I didn't want to use it. Dwarf feels worse too.
Yeah,
Dwarf is way worse than me.
Dwarf sounds like a fucking Disney on Ice
You
collection.
can't.
Why can't they
that's
just
the
be a
point.
person?
You can't do that.
Well, I don't want to call them a little person either, because
Yeah,
I
I
feel
don't
like
wanna
that's
call them a
demeaning.
dwarf.
They're just
What
a
do you
person.
call them?
Whatever their name
Whatever,
is.
yeah, I'm about to say, what's his name? What's her name? Yeah, like Anne. I don't know what her name is. Like,
Well, if you say no, he can't ride that ride because he's
He's too short for the
he's
ride.
too short for
He's
the
too
ride.
short for the
He
ride.
doesn't meet the height requirement.
Yeah.
I worked
He
on
might slip out of the fucking harness. Like, save his life. Yeah, I get it.
I worked on a terrible reality show, which I've talked about a few times, with Derek Carr, the comedian.
Okay.
And one time we were shooting in Washington Square Park, and we had, I'm going to use the correct term, even though I don't like it, we had little people were part of the sketches we were doing that day.
Mm-hmm.
And this wasn't quite progressive times yet.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone really didn't know what the proper term was. We just knew we could not use the word midget. So on the radio constantly, they were saying, does anyone have eyes on our special guests?
That's worse.
I was like, why? Guys,
eyes
I
on
don't
them.
think this is the right way either.
Keep eyes on
Can
the
we
special
get the
guest.
special guests over here?
Yeah.
Like,
It's so because you don't want to offend nobody, so it gets awkward because you don't know what to say.
they were the only guests there.
Yeah, that's.
They were the only
So
guests we had on
what's
set.
special about them?
So where are our
Remove
guests?
the special. Where are our guests? Does anybody have eyes on our guests?
Also, it was only 3 of them, and we knew their names.
Yeah. So all you got.
Why did they just
That's
call
what
it
I'm
first
saying. I
name
think
basis?
sometimes we just make things awkward.
Because
Yeah.
overly woke people and they get like too nervous and become more offensive, I feel like. They overthink it and then they come across as someone that says, very special guest. Like, all right, you're being more condescending and you don't realize it. Why don't you just talk on an equal level?
Right.
Instead of trying to feel like this woke, I think they're above us. They're better than us.
Oh man. But yeah, soft life for men, soft life for women.
Shout out to That's So Raven.
Shout out to That's So Raven. I just love to see when the women get behind a new like
excuse not to do anything.
Yeah, it's just like a whole new thing now, the soft life. But I do like the idea of that. Like, okay, I'm with the soft life thing. Everybody should have a lot of time to relax and take care of themselves and just, enjoy life. So I'm not mad at that. It's just interesting how women are saying they want to acquire this.
Acquire?
Yeah, they do. How they want to acquire this soft life. It's like they want to just manifest it.
You know who doesn't give a fuck?
Sometimes you got to put in work too. You can manifest all you want, but sometimes you got to put in the work to acquire that soft life in, the later years.
You know who doesn't give a fuck about soft life?
The Bills.
Con Edison.
Yeah. Bills. Bills don't care how soft your life is, fam. You gonna have this
the loan I took out for my mortgage. If I'm like, hey, I've been going through some things.
Yeah, okay,
okay. Well, the bank will be taking this as well.
We're going through your files, and you owe us some money. So you
enjoy
need to
your
send that
soft
in.
life on the street.
Yeah, that's a fact. A very soft life on the street. You ain't got to worry about nothing except for getting killed while you sleep. But
damn.
Oh yeah, it's crazy out here in New York. They be doing some wild shit to the homeless. It's crazy.
What is Raven Simone doing?
Chilling,
making TikToks,
counting money.
Okay,
with her wife.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's a stud now.
Did we ever get into like what happened to everyone on that show?
She's a stud. Yes.
Okay.
Does anyone want to look into the creators of that show, of like all the cast kind of having their moments of breakdowns?
I mean, Orlando Brown.
Which I feel like I saw a recent interview where he seemed like he was great and coherent.
Yeah, he's doing way better than
he seemed like he was doing good, which I like, because I didn't like when of course I laughed at the first clip like everyone else, but then everyone just started putting a camera on him and exploiting his mental breakdowns. I didn't like that shit.
Why? I hate when they do people so bad in their wiki pages, like their first picture. Like, that's a crazy picture of Orlando Brown.
I mean, that might be on the set of That's So Raven.
Kyle Massey. I don't know what he's up to, or last time outside of Corey in the House. I remember that?
No.
Yeah, Corey in the House was like a spinoff of That's So Raven.
Do we feel like child stars are like, do we have enough evidence to say that child stars is a bad thing?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah.
I think we have more than enough evidence.
Because you got to think about it. A lot of these kids are, when they're young and they become, they're the cute, adorable kids on TV, their work schedule becomes not a soft life at all for these kids.
Yeah. You get results like Michael Jackson.
I was just going to say that.
Well,
talent, but you might get a fucked up individual.
Yeah. So do we feel like, because even when I look at movies or shows and I see like an infant, a baby, just a little weird to have a baby on set.
Yeah,
and
you
you're
said
just
it
like,
already.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like this baby is working. Like, this is like, you call it what you want. This,
you're getting an hourly pay.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, we're the parents that just decided, you know what, take our newborn and let's just.
I was watching, that's so funny you brought that up. I was watching, I think it's called Candy on Hulu.
Yes.
Really good fucking series. And
that's with, I like her. What's that?
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel.
So they're going into, I won't give away too much, but it's to the child actor thing. They're going into the funeral for the woman that was murdered, and her daughter is walking in. And when I say this child actor gave a fucking Oscar-winning cry down the fucking church aisle to the casket, I was like, Meryl Streep who? This fucking 6-year-old just bodied this cry. And then I started thinking, is that going to fuck that girl up eventually? To be able to have that young sponge mind to teach her, and I'm sure she has natural talent as well, but to be able to do that on cue with a brain that's still developing might fuck her up in the long run.
Yeah, 6 years old, that's a little, we don't look at it, what they're crying, and he's like, okay, cool. But like you said, that can be a traumatic thing.
She was too good at it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, man.
Well, somebody got to do it.
Well, we have evidence that child stars end up a little fucked up. We have even more evidence how fucking profitable they are.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not going to stop.
Did you see all the Olsen twin movies there were?
Yeah.
That was crazy. And now I don't know what they're up to now, but they ain't look so
they've made a lot of money.
They made a lot of money.
But I think just socially, people become very awkward when they're child stars. Obviously, we can pretty much every one of the child stars that we know It's just like, I don't know. I think we need to look more into that.
Well, I mean, that was a big part of the King Richard movie when all the tennis coaches were pissed that he was just like, would cancel practice. Be like, yo, we're going to Disney World. They're going to go to school.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to be kids. I'm not going to have them fucking cracked out like these other tennis players that turn pro at 16.
Yeah, we gotta, because a lot of these things have just been kind of like the norm for years. It's been going on, and parents have kids and go, I'm gonna put my daughter in modeling, I'm gonna put her into acting, I'm gonna put her
beauty pageants,
and that's that beauty pageants.
Well, we talk that's
weird,
sick. That's
whatever.
the nastiest thing I've ever seen.
I understand that you feel like you have a kid, and you sometimes you see your kid, like we have relatives, we see our nieces, our nephews, our cousins, and we're like, yo, this kid has a lot of personality.
Yeah.
You could tell from a young age, some kids just have a lot of personality. But sometimes when a kid is just really good at something that young, I think the parents, it's kind of like, well, while he has it or while she has it, let's keep pushing them and let's keep moving forward and let's keep sending them to, to set, to act. And it's just like, but what about this kid being a kid though? Like right now, this kid is working. Call it what you want. This is work for this kid. This kid has to be on set at a certain time. This kid has if it's a young tennis player, he has to practice. He has to travel for games,
but
exhibition
they
matches.
love it, though. They usually love it.
Who loves it?
The kids.
They
Almost
don't
every
know
child
shit.
star I met has said that as they were kids.
How many child stars have you met?
Oh, this is D Dog. You don't know
My
Baby
bad.
D?
You know what? Let me retract my statement. Not that I've met, but that they've come out and said that though. That they love it.
Well,
that
kids,
it's
because
fun to them.
Yeah, at a young age, I can see how kids. It's like
it's a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, it's like you're acting. Like I said, a lot of these kids have a lot of personality. They belong on a stage. You can just tell with certain kids, like this kid just has it. But I think as parents, it's very important to keep a balance.
Yeah.
Of like, yo, listen, we're not doing none of this for a while. We're gonna go to school. We're gonna, travel. We're gonna be around family, kids, friends, whatever, just to keep it kind of a balance of life and work. Like, it's okay to work and love something and be passionate, but like you said, soft life, like enjoy it. Enjoy just being able to just be around people and travel and experience the world and see different cultures and things like that, because you get caught up in this world of just performing or being an athlete and just working out, training, and then playing your sport. It's like
you don't even get a time to really process everything.
Yeah, you lose sight of who you are as a person.
Right.
Now you become who they want you to be.
I can speak from experience, and I think my mother balanced it well with me and my child fame. I try to keep it under wraps.
Yeah.
This one time I modeled. It's like a LL Bean, and like I was in one of the photos, and like it caused a lot of pandemonium in my life, and I got recognized in the street. It was. I'm
just glad you got.
But my mom was really good at balancing.
Yeah.
Right.
Now that I think about it, that might have been child slave labor, because I did my mom knew somebody.
Yeah.
For whatever magazine
did a whole
it was,
campaign,
and they needed. No, it was just one picture.
Okay.
The actual real model that was modeling the clothes, it was like moms on the go for like sports. Like, you can wear this to the basketball game.
Yeah.
So they dressed me up in like a little league outfit, and she was like picking me up in her like Ann Taylor loft suit.
Do we have a picture of this?
Yeah, I can 100% find the photo.
Yeah, we need to find this photo.
Without
Let's see if we
question.
can get this photo.
No, it's in my mother's house. She actually has it framed.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We can definitely get this photo.
I'll ask her on the way out if she can take a photo of it.
Thank you.
But now in retrospect, now that I know about like union laws and I've been on sets, it was about an 8-hour day, and I got paid with 2 movie tickets.
That's crazy.
Oh man, they got you for cheap. They got you for cheap.
Or they paid me, and my mom never let me see that money.
That's definitely what
Probably
happened.
both.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
Probably both.
Nah, they might have said exposure.
Well,
I got paid with an exposure.
Parents, and I get it. Parents, they just want to put their kids in something and keep them active and keep them busy and set them up for a soft life, if you will. But yeah, you got to be careful, man, because a lot of these child stars, you look at them when they get older, it's just always some shit.
Of course.
DUI and, depression and drug addict. And it's like, yo, this was like a really sweet kid at one point. Like, what happened?
I mean, you gave them money, attention, fame, a lifestyle, and career path that's already fucked up as is. And then you say, figure it out, 13-year-old, you'll be fine.
But does it happen when like they lose that fame? You think that's when the spiral happens, when they're not as in demand as they were as a child?
I think that
because a lot of people don't know how to handle that. Like, damn, as a kid, I was fucking working, all the time. Now as an adult, I can't get casted for anything.
Naturally, I think that heightens it, but they're exposed to it at the height of their success. Like Lindsay Lohan will even tell you when she was a kid, she was up at parties with people was doing coke and shit when she was 13, 14. Like she's exposed to those habits at that time. And obviously those habits, when things are going fucked up, get even worse. So yeah, you're in Hollywood. It's fucking a devil worshipping place.
That's the shit that freaks me out about like Nickelodeon and Disney stars. Like I feel like they really are always having eyes on them no matter what. Like Raven.
Rest in peace, Lee Thompson, famous Jet Jackson.
Yes, yes.
Even had a great career after his childhood shit. And of course, I'm not going to just automatically say it had to do with him being a child star, but obviously he had some mental issues, and I just don't think child fame kind of helped him in dealing with those things, and unfortunately killed himself.
Yeah, that was, and it's funny. I saw him maybe like 6 months before that at what diner is that on 23rd? Is that Chelsea Diner?
Yeah.
Saw him at Chelsea Diner on 23rd. She's like maybe like 6 months before that happened. And then they got the news that he committed suicide. That was like, damn.
Yeah, it's wild. And I mean, I think he tried to do like the normal life too. He went to USC. I know he's my frat brother. That's why I like know weird college details about him. But I think he tried to do the regular shit after the child fame shit. He gave it an attempt, but who knows after that?
I can only imagine there's just such conditioning they do.
That's the
18.
The problem.
Before you're 18.
The conditioning.
Because I don't know if you guys have seen just other stars right when they turn 18, like Miley Cyrus. When they turn 18, they switch up their whole shit. Or at least marketing wise, they do.
Yeah. Well, it depends where they want to go. I mean, we even see it, let's hope, in a healthy way. I haven't seen it otherwise, but what the fuck do we know? We talk about Chloe all the time. They had to get her out of this child's fame shit. So let's make her a fucking real woman.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she isn't one, but like as far as how they're marketed, like this is a grown woman that sexual, etc.
Right.
That's what they have to do. And sometimes that's done in a marketing way. And sometimes that shit is just done on your fucking own. And now you're Lindsay Lohan running a fucking muck in Long Island in Manhattan with access, money, and enablers around you.
Well, prayers to all childhood stars that are now adults that are having problems, real life problems.
One day, if you guys get a chance, look into Drew Barrymore's story. It's crazy. Like she used to be in like Studio 54 at like 9, where her mother was like encouraging her to like dance with like young men and stuff like that. She was hooked on drugs and alcohol by 13. Tried to kill herself by 14 and was hospitalized. Like crazy. Like they just had her like out Studio 54 at 9 years old, bro. The Studio 54.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's
just
crazy.
Chilling regularly. Like they knew her as a regular.
I don't care that you was in ET. Like, get this little girl out
home.
of here.
Yeah.
Phone home, like now. Seriously. She's in ET, right?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
At 5, she's in an ET.
Crazy. Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. Just pick 2 to 5 players and over/under on their projections, and you can win up to 10 times on any entry. Prize Pick offers every sport you can think of: NFL, college football, NBA, college basketball, MLB, soccer, MMA, and more.
Prize Pick entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. Then it's just you versus the projected numbers. Plus, Prize Picks has an award-winning, easy-to-use mobile app that's available on the App Store and Google Play. And with Prize Picks, withdrawals are simple, safe, and fast.
Mo, you're a big basketball guy. What's been your best entry-level pick for the playoffs so far?
Jimmy Butler has been winning some money for me. I have him tonight under 24.5 points, and I have Joel over 24.5 points.
I see it working out. Sign up at prizepick.com and use our promo code RoryMall, and you'll receive an instant deposit match up to $100. Remember to use promo code RoryMall to get your instant deposit match up to $100. Restrictions do apply. Go to prizepicks.com for details.
Yeah, so what music were you listening to this weekend, Rory, if any at all?
I was still on Kendrick. I do want to revisit. Not that 1 week is the determining factor of replay value. But with how heavy that album is and that narrative and the things that he was talking about, there are songs on there that you listen to on that first listen and were blown away, but probably won't go back to listen to again.
I'm still listening to the album.
I am too.
I think it's sounding better as the days pass. It's a lot. I see people saying a lot of songs don't have replay value. I don't know what songs I listen to. I think Father Time has replay value. I think Die Hard. I think Rich Spirit is crazy. Purple Hearts with Summer and
Savior has a lot of replay value.
Savior is crazy.
But
Silent Hill with Kodak is crazy.
I feel like out of like the really heavier records, Father Time might be the one with the most replay value. Like obviously, We Cry Together. I don't think that was meant for replay value to begin with, but
I agree.
Rich Spirit is the one I think to me that's definitely like heavy replay value.
Like Auntie's Diaries and Mother I Sober, I love. I have to be in the right space for those. They're not as universal as the others.
But the album still sounds amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Every day I've been playing the album every day. It's just an amazing album. The Savior record I think is the next one that's gonna really take off.
I agree. I'm curious to see what they do post promo with videos and everything that Dave and Kendrick want to do. But I still love it. I did see people complaining because that's just what people do.
I mean,
everyone, you guys were prisoners of the moment. How do you like it now? I'm like, I still like it, but I do see some point of there being a few records.
I still stand behind what I said. It's a classic album. To me, this is something that I think a lot of people are gonna look at him like, okay, like he's definitely the artist that is in a whole other league. We can't. A lot of artists can't do what Kendrick did with this album.
No, of course not.
They can't make the songs he did. I think that the way he talked about therapy, or the things he talked about, we talked about already, therapy and addressing family trauma and things like that. I think he did it in the way. The Savior record, he named all of these people that we look up to. That he's not your savior. Like
left Drake up.
Even on the bar, he said Tupac is dead. Like you got to live for yourself. Like it's like what do you? You know what I mean? Like it's like shit like that. Like stop looking up to these people that you think are your saviors. Like it starts with you. Like you got to make change. You got to do the right shit. You know what I mean? So I think that the album is great. I think it's aging very well. I think there's still a bunch of records that are gonna take off from this album.
I just think people are listening with Damn ears because Damn was every record could stand alone, or you could listen to it all the way through. Super up tempo and a lot of stuff. This is just not that. Yeah. And you can't listen to it with Damn ears.
Yeah.
And they're two completely different albums. So
I was listening to the Hit Girl album, Dreezy and Hit Boy.
Shout out to Dreezy and Hit Boy.
Super dope project. In Touch with Jeremiah is probably one of my favorites on it. Phases. It's good to see Dreezy in the studio working with a producer like Hit Boy.
For sure.
I always felt like Dreezy was one of the most talented artists in the game. She had the record I loved years ago with T-Pain that was super hard. She raps, she sings.
Dreezy's fire.
I think she's super, super dope. So it's good to see her with a producer like Hit Boy, lock in on a project, create a sound.
Yeah.
And, and put it out because, to me, I think that's what a lot of artists need to do. They need to sit with the right producers and find their sound, find what they sound like, find what their core is and work on that. And I think obviously Hit Boy is, easily the hottest producer in the game right now. So to see Dreezy get in the studio and put a project out with Hit Boy was dope. I didn't even know that was coming, honestly.
Neither did I until they started doing the promo.
Yeah.
That's what I think Dreezy's been missing because I don't want to say single chasing, but you could tell the major has been trying to like find a record.
Trying to find a sound.
And I think she's too talented for the let's search for a single shit. Like,
right.
Of course that can work, but she needs to actually lock in and get a body of work and work a record that the fans pick.
Right.
Like, what's the best record off this full project? Then we'll work that one.
Hit Girl, Dreezy. Shout out to Dreezy. Shout out to Hit Boy. Super dope project. If you haven't downloaded it yet, I think you should check it out. You like that.
So the Marlon Craft album, which I told you last episode.
Marlon Craft,
really,
check that
really
out.
good.
Yeah.
That you can listen to with Kendrick. It's a good.
And I think because I wouldn't have found that if it wasn't for you.
Marlon's nice.
Found that. Yeah.
He could like rap for real, and it doesn't come off. He's like the perfect mix where it's not too logic-y, like it's not too like he could really, really rap. It's like calm down. There's still some human aspect to him rapping really well, if that makes sense. It's a step up from Jack Harlow as far as bars, but I'm not saying. I know Jack is making songs and probably might dumb his shit down. Marlon is a perfect mix of that. Like he can make records and really rap.
I want to start a white on white crime for you real quick. I'm staying out of this beef.
All right.
Because that's how they're gonna compare. I'm realistic.
Russ or Jack Harlow?
Ooh, love this.
Is that hard?
Yeah, is that difficult?
Curly versus curly?
I'm just asking. I'm just trying to figure it out for you.
I think Russ has more wavy hair than he does
I agree.
curly hair.
You're right.
I think this is very simple.
Very obviously Russ.
And yeah, I think it's Russ, and I don't even think it's close. But I don't know if it's a fair comparison for them two outside of just being white.
Yeah.
Why is it not a fair comparison?
They're two totally different artists with totally different objectives, with totally different careers. How they angled
I'm just
their
talking more
successes
so.
are different, and it's not a slight to Jack at all.
I'm talking
just
just
think-
from the artistry. I'm not talking about everything around the music. I'm talking about.
Oh well,
sound.
then it's even easier for me. And this
Okay.
isn't a slight to Jack. I think there's going to be drastic improvement with him, and I see what he's trying to do, and I see why he had to make the album that he made, because I feel like he's rapped better than
It was a good album.
It was.
It was a good album.
It was for the younger generation. It was the perfect. My coming out party first album.
Mm-hmm.
I feel Jack has rapped way better before
Mm-hmm.
than he has on this album, but I get why he did it. Now you're saying just from an artistry standpoint, yeah, Russ is an extremely underrated writer. He can rap his ass off. He can sing.
Yeah.
He could make beats. I
was just
think
listening
it's just a way different.
I was just listening to both of them over the weekend. I was listening to Jack's album, and I was listening to Russ's, the one he just put out, and the one before that, Chomp 2.
Mhm.
And I'm listening, and I'm like, I wonder how many people like Jack more than they like Russ.
Oh,
That's just
Jack-
an interesting thing.
Well,
Like,
Jack is more likable.
I think that Russ is, because Russ has created his own world and his own bubble that he operates in. He's an independent artist. He runs his own company and shit like that. He doesn't really look to the machine. He doesn't go after the big name producers like that. He doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, he does a lot of shit in-house. I think that with Jack is on the complete opposite side of that. He's had the Pharrell production and, you know, all of the big features and things like that. But just listening to them too, I was like, I wonder how many people feel like Jack more than they like
Well,
Russ.
Jack has been marketed, whether he's I'm sure he's a good dude.
Mhm.
I'm sure he's a good person. The
Mhm.
few interactions I've had with him, he's very nice. He's been marketed as the sweetheart as well. Like this really nice guy. That's
Whereas Russ is the guy
likable.
that doesn't fuck with anybody.
And Russ unintentionally has marketed himself, which I talked with him. Like,
yeah.
have you ever thought that maybe it's your delivery and maybe it's your face
Mhm.
that upsets people coming from you?
Mhm.
He's positioned himself.
He likes that, actually, I think.
I don't think he intentionally set out for this. I think he believes wholeheartedly everything he's saying about the music business, and I agree with him.
Mhm.
I think he thought because he's saying the truth and the right things, it would be received well.
Hmm.
And instead, people sometimes get more mad at the messenger and don't listen to the message. Because like, why are you saying that? So, and he comes up, he talks, I don't want to say aggressive, but he comes off abrasive in many cases.
Yeah.
So I don't think he set out to be like, I want to be a villain. I don't think Russ wants that. I think Russ wants to be liked. He just, which I suffer from too, say the right thing in the wrong way, and you kind of come across as an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Jack, I think, has been positioned and is really well at becoming this extremely nice guy. Everyone likes him. If you got a problem with Jack, there's something wrong with you, type shit. So they're different in that regard.
Yeah, I think they are different. I think as an artist, I like Russ's music a little more. I think Jack is very talented, and I think that he will have a great career. But I think as of right now, I think I like Russ. I like Russ more.
Russ is also my age, right?
Russ is like 32, 33 maybe.
Which is probably why I relate more.
Russ is 29.
Okay, but
He's
still.
29?
Yeah.
Because Jack is what, 23, 24?
And his birthday.
Damn, Russ ain't even 30 yet?
But there is that gap from 24 to 29,
Yeah,
whether you know it or not, is a huge gap
Jack
as
is
far as
24.
life perspective.
Yeah.
So I
years?
get like, I probably identify and relate to a lot more of the shit that Russ is saying.
Right. That's
than
what I
what
was telling
Jack
you
is
guys. Like
saying.
age demographic wise, Jack is definitely a very now artist,
Yeah.
TikTok heavy, everything.
But I ain't like that you try to, don't pin us against each other.
Right.
Yeah, that's what this culture's bent on. Y'all been pinning us against each other.
Don't divide and conquer us.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? I just asking the
The art
questions,
of
man.
mall.
I just want to know how many people feel like Jack might be a better rapper than Russ. So, you know, just like to see what's going on out there, what the conversations are.
That, you know, it does happen to me a lot in this music industry. Not
What?
even like the work part of it, just like the culture itself. And that it makes me, and they're gonna say I have white guilt. makes me hate a lot of white people. Because I'll be out and like I'll be probably the only white person in the venue, and then like another one will come in and like speak like, yo, we gotta like stick together, bro. And I'm like, I don't even know you.
You don't have
like,
to know me.
Yo, what's up, bro? I hear a lot about you. Like, and it has a weird undertone where I'm like, I don't know you.
Right.
I think I'll stick with my friend. He just happens to be black. I don't know you.
That's hilarious. Little Baby tweeted that his album is coming in July.
I saw that with a question mark on the actual date.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I think that Little Baby he's the artist that's at that point where he is getting ready to take the next step up in his career. I think he's obviously the hottest, if not the hottest, he's one of the hottest rappers right now. He's been killing everything, all his features. The record he put out, I think, In a Minute, is that what it's called? In a Minute?
That's a Demaris question.
Called.
That's her boo.
Wait, why is everybody my boo?
He's your little baby.
I mean, he's your little baby.
My little baby. I like Little Baby, but no, that's not my boo. That's Jada Man.
In a Minute? Yeah, In a Minute. He absolutely floated all over that fucking track. So I want to hear what Little Baby's gonna do. I think that he has all of the everything is aligned for him right now to take off and become a superstar.
I mean, his last album, was it 2 or 3 years ago? Was one of my favorite of the year. Of that year. I think that was 2019. What's his last album?
2020. I think it was in the
pandemic. Yeah, my turn was 2020.
I think so.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite of that year. But
so yeah, I'm looking forward to what Little Baby does. Like I said, he has everything aligned for him right now. He's the go-to guy right now.
I mean, I'm nervous about this release with everything that's, not to say he's connected to any of it all, but he is connected as far as friendship and crews with everything that's happening in Atlanta right now.
Yeah.
Clearly that shit is not for play.
Yeah, no, it's getting serious. It's getting serious. As the weeks pass, we're getting more and more information. It was just reported today, I think, that they denied Gunna's bail. And his next court date has been set for January 9th, 2023. Somebody reported, and again, this is just somebody reporting on Twitter. She was just in the court where a judge denied bond for Gunna and set his trial date for January 9th, 2023. Prosecutors allege YSL is a gang, not just a record label. They also allege Gunna serves in a command role. More to come for Billboard. So yeah, man, it's unfortunate what's going on right now with the young guys and with Gunna and Thug and the whole YSL. Prayers to them, man.
What's Gunna's exact charge though? Because I know it's different than Thug's. I feel like it was lesser. It wasn't just a straight up RICO.
No, they're all under a RICO charge.
Yeah,
but
he's charged with a single count of conspiracy to violate Georgia's Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act.
Okay,
yeah. So
one count of RICO.
Yeah,
but what's under that RICO is murder. So yeah, I guess I see why I couldn't get bond.
Yeah, and there's in the 56 count indictment. So there's 56 other counts of other stuff.
Well, I know they have the lawyer can appeal for bond again. I think before January. Curious once they get more of the discovery if it'll be easier for him to get bond as far as what he did in the RICO trial.
Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest.
Or alleged.
This shit looks bad.
It looks very bad.
This shit looks really, really bad, man, and it's fucked up because you're talking about some talented artists. You're talking about some very successful artists that employ a lot of people, that take care of a lot of people, families.
Like, why? He's not a flight risk.
Yeah, but it's just
he has what you could put up for bond. Like
but that's listen, man, it's this justice system. We don't even got to talk about that. But it's just And
if they're saying, and this I don't think it's true at all, that Gunna would be the one telling people to go murder people. If that's why they would deny bail because he could order someone to do something, he could do that from jail too. So like, what is the purpose of not allowing him bail to continue to at least run his company for so many other people until January?
Yeah, but if they feel like this company is a criminal organization, what company are they letting you out to run? You know what I'm saying? So it's listen, man, it's bad. You know what I mean? It's no way, we can't dance around it. We can't. This situation is fucking terrible. It's one of the worst. 50 Cent, he tweeted it. He put out, he would rather catch a homicide case than to catch a RICO charge.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is not something to play with. This is not a joke.
You have to prove less in the RICO.
Yeah, like this is this is gonna get a lot worse before it gets any better. Like, we just got to be honest with ourselves. Like, we've seen this before, and it's just a fucked up situation because again, it's people that we support and we like, and we in our culture that we just look at and we say, okay, these dudes are talented and they're having a lot of success, but it's being alleged that it's a criminal organization and all these other things, and now they've been investigating for years. Everything that's being reported is that they've been following these guys, and they have obviously somebody is telling, somebody's giving them information. That the cops don't do a great job. People just do a great job at telling. Like, we know
cops want the soft life.
Yeah,
they want to be given.
They
don't want to do investigation.
They get you in a room and they tell you, listen, you're gonna do 30 years, and if you're a guy that you was just hanging around these guys every now and then, and you went to a couple shows, but you got a regular little job, and you just decided to do some wild shit at night, they gonna put you in a room and say, okay, listen, you gonna go do these 30 years? They're not doing it. We know how this goes. We all from these same communities, these neighborhoods. We've had people involved with federal cases. We had family members involved with cases before. We know how this shit goes. They're gonna tell you, you're never gonna see your family again. And you know what's gonna start happening. People gonna start cooperating, they're gonna start talking, they're gonna start telling. And then before you know it, everything falls down. Everybody's in prison doing a whole bunch of time. And it's unfortunate because you have people attached to this shit that's super successful, that's super talented, that so to think that they're going to be taken away from their families and their loved ones and their employees and the people that they staff, and it's fucked up, man.
And if nobody tells, then that's when they add the family in. Oh, you sent your mother $30K. She's now part of it. Now your mom's gonna do a bit.
Bro. Listen, let me tell you something, man. This is not something. This is not something to be taken lightly.
She's doing time too. This
is a very, very serious situation that these guys are in, and I'm praying for the best for them. I hope for the best for them. But it's a fucked up position, man. It's a fucked up situation to be in.
Can we talk about how Demaris is the feds?
Is she the feds?
Yeah.
Well, she's a woman, so
that's immediately detective.
Yeah.
Detective Demaris.
Please explain for your listeners, because I'm from the hood. I don't play all that Fed shit. So how am I the Fed?
we don't think you're actually an officer of the law.
All right, cool.
But you have Fed tendencies.
Well, Demaris came in here with an interesting thing. She asked us a question. She said, hey, guys.
Just like that, too.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Sounds more like me.
Have you ever had a number that wasn't in your phone call you, and you just take the number and put it in Zelle or Cash App, and then the name pops up? And then Rory looked at me with a look that I haven't seen since maybe the look on Kaiser Sose's face when he...
That's what you landed on?
Yeah. Like, you just gave me this look like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Like when man discovered fire.
Yeah, like, how the fuck did we never think? Like, women are fucking detectives in every sense. I think it's in their DNA. I think women just have this ability to detect, to investigate, to find the answers without even really giving it any thought. It's just like an automatic thing where they just find out the truth.
And I've Googled numbers before.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
No.
And I'm not doing that pay fucking $20 to get everything.
The furthest men go is, what area code is 416? Like,
exactly.
That's the closest men. We stop right there. We ask for the area code. Every guy gets his phone Google. Oh, it's Toronto. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, we don't know.
And actually, no, sometimes I'll go a step further. If I get the area code, I will ask someone either from there or in my group chat, yo, does anyone have this number in their phone? Like in their address book?
Or you say, yo, let me see your phone, and you'll dial a number to see
if it pops up.
Yeah.
But even then, I don't care that much.
Right.
That's so obvious and brilliant to just type it in to Venmo or Zelle or Cash App.
Demaris, when did you discover that you had this ability to take the number and put it into Cash App or Zelle, and just
which Twitter told you about that?
And have you Zelled them by accident?
It's kind of like a girl thing. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like information shared amongst girls. Like, one day you're just like, who the fuck is this texting me? Like, some girl was like something, like texting me some weird shit, whatever, about some guy. And my sister was like, just put it in. No, my sister did it. She's like, I put it in Cash App, and this is her name, and this is.
That's fucking crazy.
Do y'all have like annual meetings amongst each other where y'all just like give this information of like, okay, this is how we can move the female community forward in our journey through relationships and dealing with men and their bullshit?
No, we just do that every brunch, every Sunday.
That
makes sense. Wow.
Brunch. See, at brunch we just eat.
Yeah.
And drink.
And we talk about the game. You know, Jimmy Butler performed well last night. We talk about maybe what we got going on in the week. You know, we don't sit down and say
the Lord.
Yeah, we talk about God. Maybe put that in there on a Sunday. That works.
Corinthians.
But we don't ever say, how can we as men
catch our women
together become better at dealing with women and the things that we have to
every
do.
time a Future album come out.
No, because I'm not standing by that.
That's
women
not the guy
quote him
we
more
go
than
to.
Guys do. He's y'all toxic king. He's not ours.
He's not ours. Like, we look at Future like
Demaris
there's a real thing that us men look at Future like,
okay,
you might be a little more emotional than we thought, dog. Like,
super emotional.
You might love your bitches more than we thought. We thought Future was just gang, hoes. Future love his bitches.
gang,
for sure.
Future love his bitches.
He gives them children.
Yeah. He love his bitches. If I hit you once, you still in my, what you say? You still my trophy? You still
My collection.
You still in my collection. That was sick, by the way.
And I feel like men at brunch, anything in regards to women is, dude will tell us, they'll be like, nah, she crazy, bro. You gotta leave her. That's as far as it goes.
It. Or, yo, her ass got fat. Like, we stop right there. Like, we don't say, yo, listen, man, if, you know, they're storing names, they're storing the guys' names under this now. We don't ever have that information for each other.
No.
Like, we just stop at, yo, her ass getting fat. Or she fucking with this new dude. Like, we might go there. Like, yo, I heard she talking to homeboy now. Like, oh, okay, that's, you know.
Or X, Y, and Z was bugging.
Yeah, like, she said she tweeted some shit the other day. Like, yo, she was tripping. Like,
or look at this picture.
This is the second time I've learned something with phones from women accidentally. Last time was last year, right? I was talking with this girl and we were about to leave her crib and she's like, oh, fuck. I told my friend I couldn't hang out tonight. She asked me to, like, she has my location. So, like, I can't go out with you. And because we check each other's location all the time. And I told her that I had to stay in.
All she had to do was leave her iPad at home.
Bro,
she switched her location to her iPad and left her iPad in her home and then walked out of her crib with her phone unlocatable. I
didn't even know unlocatable was a word.
Neither did I.
I just found it out. Good job.
And then months down the line, I had her location and she had the nerve to say to me, but you've had my location the whole time. Where would I be?
This line
said, I watched you finesse your own best friend in this. I know I'm expendable. Like, you will do that to me immediately.
Wow. I never
blew my mind.
Women, see, and I think that's why men are hurt more when they find out about their woman cheating. Because it's so much thought and so much, like, you know, they just make sure they cross all their T's and dot all their I's. It's just like, women cheat and you will never know until, like, you find out everything. It's not like you find out a piece.
Yeah.
When you find out a woman is cheating on you, you know the entire landscape of the cheating.
Well, I just think men, we're more naive and immature. Like, we really believe in Santa Claus. That's why it hurts so much when you find out that this fat white man didn't go down the chimney. Yeah. It's like, but my whole life, this is not true?
Yeah.
That's how we look at women and monogamy. Because we think, we are raised to think women are actually, despite society's norms, that women are somewhat better than us when it comes to relationships and they're more loyal. They don't cheat. The women aren't supposed to have mad partners. Like, so we get that conditioned in our head.
So we
not
feel like
thinking that they're actually human beings.
Yeah, right.
That will do the same shitty shit that we do.
Right.
So it just stings a little bit more. Like, nah, you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah. Wow.
It hurts.
Damn, Demaris.
Man, we gotta.
What the fuck did I have to do with this?
What are they talking about at the Rock brunch? A Rock Nation brunch. I feel like the Rock Nation brunch should have covered this over the French toast and the fruit.
You heard lemonade? It was talked about.
French toast, fruit, and lemonade.
Women, boy, I tell you, man.
But that's why you need more
Beyonce
women friends, because I learn these things.
I pray I catch you whispering, and I pray you catch me listening. Like, y'all wasn't listening to Lemonade like that.
No, that wasn't our Bible.
Bars.
Like, we listened to it, but we didn't break down. See, even that was code. That was we had to decode that. Men couldn't just get that off the top.
Break that bar down.
You had to decode that. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. Women pay attention to everything.
I had a cool question for men, since y'all got so many questions for me. Why y'all start being mean when y'all cheating? Men be so mean when they cheating.
Because we don't need you.
Like, they get an attitude and shit. They get some new pussy and they got a little funk in they walk. Like,
disrupting my cheating.
Yeah.
You don't care about my happiness?
Because I love her. That's why you still here. Like, dump me already. Like, That's why men are mad when they cheat. They in love with the other one. You still here trying to make this work. No, I'm over this. Dump me already. So I don't look like the bad guy. Yeah, dump me. Break up with me. Get your shit. Get out. So I can live happily ever after with my girlfriend.
And then do the same thing to her. It's just a cycle.
It's a cycle of life. It just keeps on giving. Like, we keep living, we keep cheating.
Is that true, though?
It happens a lot.
I don't think I did that when I cheated.
And they get a little, they start feeling themselves more. But
women do the same thing. Y'all may not see, because this is where it hurts the guys the most. This is where it hurts us. Y'all may not have acted on the cheat yet, but you know you for sure gonna give him that pussy soon. And then y'all start acting all like, you know, like, yeah, I mean, if you want to go out, go ahead. Well, if you want to go to dinner, go, all right, whatever.
Oh, that's my bag. I'd be like, you know, if I ask for something and you fuck around and say nope, all right.
But see, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Like, women, y'all shouldn't do that. Y'all can't, because that's cheating too. Like, if you ask your boyfriend or your husband or somebody, whatever, the guy you're dating for something. We already talked about this with the car scenario. Yeah, like, if you ask him for something and he be like, nah, I really can't do it. Like, going to get it from another guy, that's a different level of hurt to a guy. Like, that right there is like word, like, I didn't get that for you. Like, where you got that from?
Right.
And you're like, I'm not. Like, I got it for myself.
Because she knows.
That's a $10,000 purchase. You did not get that for yourself.
What's his name?
But I still feel like part of the Santa Claus coming out thing can happen outside of your relationship. Like, there's been times I've been innocently talking to a girl, you know, harmless flirt here and there, and she's loyal, faithful, all that shit, says she has a man, cool, nothing, never goes over the line. But the moment they break up, it's like I was just put on the back burner in case the breakup happens. And then within 48 hours, the line is being crossed. And I'm sitting there like, is this kind of cheating? Because like,
kind of,
yeah.
No, because you might as well go do it if you want to do it, but aren't doing it, because I just would feel weird.
Just one text away, honestly.
No.
Yeah. Because at that point, I don't know if I'd like that my girl, if it happens, cool. But like, you have the one already sitting, the dick in the glass box to break open in case of emergency shit.
If your girl show up with a Rolex on,
I'm shooting somebody.
You say you're shooting somebody? You can't do that.
I'm going to get it appraised.
You're like, why
now you call my Rolex, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
But why y'all always gotta fix y'all hair now that y'all got a Rolex on?
Wait, what?
Same reason they have to adjust their bathing suit in every photo.
Oh, okay. Oh, with that hand though.
Yeah, like it's like, why y'all always gotta fix your hair all of a sudden?
Same reason their neck hurt every time they get in the rolls. You never drove in the car like this.
They can't sit straight.
In my Mazda, you was like this. Now you in a Rolls.
No, in your Mazda, they don't even take pictures.
Yeah, now your head look like T.I.'s hat.
Yeah. Women, y'all know how to hit men where it hurt. Y'all know how to sting a man. Like, y'all know how to hit that button where it's like, I'm gonna fuck his whole existence up with this one bar right here. It's fucked up. Kendrick addressed that on the album too. Like, using that shit to like hurt people. Like, women know how to say shit like, it was like, boom, like,
of course.
Bitch, I told you that I cry. Like, if you ever cried, you cried in front of, have you cried in front of women before?
Of course.
When you cry for the woman, is that like a clear indicator that you love this woman? Like, you trust this woman?
Yeah, I would say so. There's definitely a level of trust and vulnerability that I hope you don't throw back in my face eventually.
Yeah, that'd be
but it's happened.
That's
it's
evil.
Been thrown.
If a girl does that, that's evil. Like, I'm all
y'all are
like
evil.
Yeah, that's definitely evil.
Women are fucking evil.
Throwing it back to you?
For sure.
I've seen some shit. I'm just like, oh my God, that's crazy that she would do that.
Nah.
Like, y'all brain just works on a different freak. I'm telling you, men, we don't have that. We do more like physical shit. Like, we'll go cheat with a girl where if you had a flat ass, she got a fat ass now. Like, we'll do shit like that. But y'all do.
You don't think that hurts?
We know it hurts. But it's a certain level of evil that women possess where it's like, yo, I confided in you. Like, I really like was vulnerable in front of you. And then you took that information, put it in a box, stored it in your mental, and unlocked it and threw it at me when you knew I was at my weakest, like, and like that crushed me. Like, y'all know how to like break a man's spirit. Like, niggas don't. So
What's
I know
her
a nigga
name,
that
Ma?
never.
What's her name?
Who, me?
What she do to you?
See, it's never me, baby. Woman ain't see this. I never cried in front of a woman.
Try Demaris.
You have to let men be emotionally vulnerable. You have to let boys, especially teenage boys and young boys growing up, be emotionally vulnerable, because what happens is men don't know how to express sadness. What they express instead is anger, because anger is defined. Anger is quote unquote masculine. So it's okay to punch a wall.
For sure.
It's okay to throw things. It's okay to curse and scream, but it's not okay to cry, when in all reality, they're not angry. They're sad and they're hurt and they want to cry. And that just fuels toxic masculinity. And I don't think that that's okay at all. I want my partner to be okay crying in front of me. If something happens and you can't cry in front of me, then I'm looking at that as a red flag. Why can't you cry? Even if you can't cry in front of me, why can't you cry? Well, like, what's going on with you that you have
no,
to
men cry. We cry in the shower, so you can't see it.
And we can't see it because it's the water.
We cry in the shower. Like when we be like, why you be in there taking a shower for something? You in there jerking off? No, I'm crying. I'm fucking hurting. And then I'm crying. Like, that's what I'm doing in this fucking shower.
They'll kill me for this question, but it's just a question. Demaris, how much do you think women play into toxic masculinity and its existence?
Oh, 100%. So much. We are all like, that is all of our issues. That's not just a man issue. I see so many women raising their sons like, stop crying like a little bitch. That shit makes
that's crazy. Telling a kid, that's crazy.
It happens.
But even how women would view their own fucking boyfriend. And so if we get in a fight and I start crying and like I'm very vulnerable about how much you hurt me, a lot of women, especially from the era we grew up in, I'm not saying so much now because people are trying to change, well, look at you like, look at my weak ass, but this is why I can't be with him. Look at his weak ass. But if I start punching walls, throwing shit, and get angry and run out of the house,
oh, he's crazy.
There's toxic ass women be like, oh, I got turned on when he did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
So it's like,
where's that Stockholm syndrome?
I won't do that. Yeah. I won't.
Stockholm?
I'll leave.
So that's in Germany, right? Where's that at? Stockholm is in where's Germany, I believe?
I don't know.
I believe Stockholm is in Germany.
Stockholm is when you fall in love with your captor.
And that's not so much what I'm saying. I'm saying that women get turned on and reward quote unquote real masculinity rather than vulnerability. You look like a weak man. I don't want some weak pussy that's gonna be crying in my shoulder like, am I the dude now?
What they want, the strong, angry.
You cried in front of a woman before, Eddin?
Yeah, definitely cried in front of my girl before.
Yeah?
Undoubtedly, yes. Yeah. Why?
I'm just asking. I just like to get to know what the guys around me.
My boyfriend cried in front of me. I felt even more in love with him instantly.
I absolutely hated it.
It took me to my late 20s to do it though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Talk about that, Demaris.
Because I know that, because vulnerability isn't my strong suit. So we can't both not be sitting here crying. Because one of his issues with me was, you don't cry.
What was he crying about?
That's something. That's life things.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he cried in front of her, not in front of us. So I don't need to know.
No, I don't want to see him crying, but I just like to know, like, what is something that men would cry? Like, what did you cry in front of your girlfriend about?
I'm not telling you. I didn't cry in front of you.
No, but you can't tell us.
Obviously, it was a very big thing because I don't just cry in front of women.
Yeah.
Like it took me also to my late 20s to even be comfortable enough to do so.
Yeah,
but it was a major thing. It wasn't like I stubbed my toe. Like it was, it was like
I would hope and pray that's not why.
Shit, you
look at it. The nail is gonna fall off.
How am I gonna go to Roots picnic like this?
I can't with my Birkenstocks now.
I don't have anything to wear.
Hey, a nigga cry because he ain't got nothing to wear.
Fuck it, I'm not even going out.
I'm not even going anymore. I can't do this.
Put on a white tee and jeans and get the fuck out of here, bro.
Fucking I'm t-shirts and get the fuck out on that stage.
Like, yo.
Nah, but
I'm just trying to figure out what men would be crying. Like, if it's not nothing like, you
listen to the Kendrick album?
We were having a conversation.
Man, shit to cry about.
Things happen in childhood and in life. Sad shit happens, Mom.
No, for sure. I get that. But I just know how it is for a man to cry in front of a woman. That's a different level of vulnerability. And I know men cry in front. I'm joking. I know men. Yeah. I don't know if it's unfortunate, but no, I've never cried in front of a woman.
I think that's unfortunate. Have to do, but I would say it would be.
And I'm not crying. Like, if it was ever something where I felt like I needed to cry in front, I would.
That's what I'm saying. That would be unfortunate.
Huh?
Yeah.
When I cry, it's nasty cry. It's not. Yeah, it's just nasty cry when I cry. I cry like
you've been
Maul look like he let the snot just hang like Viola Davis.
Like, come on.
because he's been suppressing it for so long. When it finally comes out,
no, I'm not. It's nothing. I'm suppressing it. I'm not. I'm getting a tissue.
It's 30 years of snot just sitting there waiting.
No, I have
to be
allergies.
released.
Trust me, I blow my nose every day. Nah, but I just know that that's a very vulnerable thing for a man to cry in front of a woman. So I was just asking, y'all if you ever cried.
Men, if you feel like you can't cry in front of your woman, then that's a conversation
I would cry in front of my woman, but I just never.
Or yourself.
Or yourself. Yeah, a lot of it be you. Like I can't cry in front of people, period. Unless I'm like happy crying, like I'm a happy crier. But if my life's like in distress, I'm like, nah, like I'm depressed as fuck.
Yeah, because
I'm just sitting there laughing. Like
I've been with women that I could probably cry in front of, but I wasn't ready to cry in front of a woman.
Yeah.
Right. So how you stopped it?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You bit your tongue?
Go to the bathroom?
Bit your lip?
Punch yourself.
You've had a male childhood. We know how to stop our feelings pretty quickly. Since we was kids of
Rory just put on emotion or just that West Coast love and an ocean side and a man didn't want me mine.
No, I put on 50 What Up Gangster and just fucking run amok. You've definitely learned from a kid how to stop yourself from crying and bury your emotions when things have happened.
Yeah, you just got to breathe heavy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Not breathe. You got to breathe heavy.
Oh, for sure. It's an F.
breathe heavy.
Yeah.
Breathe heavy.
We're breathing right now.
Get mad at anything in the room and just start staring at it, ball up your fist. Anything to stop the water from coming out of your
For sure.
Yeah.
You tighten up your cheekbones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to do it.
Ask you, are you crying? No, I'm not crying. Now it's beef with him. Like,
sure.
Yeah, but you look like you crying. I'm just asking you a question.
What you looking in my eyes for?
Yo,
that's how it goes.
I love it.
That's the truth, though. That's how that shit went when he was a kid.
Real shit. It's. I feel so bad for you guys. It's just, and then there's so many. Like we could get into that of all the negative connotations that go into even the words we refer to men or boys when they are getting emotional. Pussies.
That's what. Yeah.
Bitch. Pull your panties. It's all women related. Like women are soft, and it's all usually in violent. Referring to the vagina in a violent way, connecting it to women. It's just all very terrible, and you can
I agree.
Break all of that down.
Referring to the vagina in a violent way.
You ever realize that a lot of the ways men talk about vagina is all very violent?
Like beating up the pussy?
Yeah, I'm gonna beat it up. I'm gonna fuck that up.
Y'all asked for that.
I mean,
you're missing my point.
Y'all asked for that.
You're missing my point.
Not the words, bro.
Women don't ask for you to kill the pussy.
I think all of society, not just men. I think in general, yes, the words we use when it comes to pussy
is very violent.
Like even down, there was most of my teenage years to mid-20s was I killed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, not killed.
Shout out to Michelle Hope. She's a very big advocate about that.
I tore that shit up.
It's never anything loving or like affectionate. It's always all
well, there's love making and there's fucking.
But also, I've quote unquote torn that up while it was very intimate and slow, and I didn't tear it up. It was actually great sex, and I didn't tear it up. But then I say, I tore that up, right?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you actually softly penetrated me till I came. You actually did a beautiful experience there.
No, the way you rubbed my clitoris was I've never felt anything. You were so gentle with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so afterwards you literally said I tore that up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the way. It's just the way.
Yeah, it's just how. But to Demaris' point, it is weird that all the words are fucking violent.
Wow, I'm asking if you tore it.
Hey, asking a girl, I tore it up, right?
Like,
that is sick. You can't ask a girl no shit like that.
No, you need to, and y'all.
You asking for her to lie to you though. Most times, because most times you didn't.
No.
So you asking for her to lie to you. Like I tore it up, right?
It's like asking if they came.
Yeah, but you have to do it in like a funny way. That if she says otherwise, it's okay because you said it kind of sarcastically.
Yeah.
But then sometimes with the sarcasm, you'll get like a real answer and you'll feel good that you did tear it up.
Yeah.
So you always gotta be like, hey, I tore it up.
They're like,
So what would be
look at you walking different. She's walking just
what are
fine.
women talking about amongst each other that they would love to hear men speak to like in a more
most
because y'all want the soft life, so we need to be more soft with our tone.
Most women don't even know that that's a problem. They would hear it the same way you guys heard him, like, I never really paid attention to that. Just because it's a societal thing. It's not just a man thing. It's a societal thing. The same way we put on toxic masculinity for men and just be like, stop acting like a bitch, stop acting like a pussy, stop acting like a girl, pull your skirt up, take your tampon out. It's like anytime anybody has an emotions, you refer to it as a womanly thing when all humans have emotions. And also women aren't like I don't know. It's just hard to explain. It's weird.
So the phrase y'all would prefer. Did you would prefer for a man to ask you, did you enjoy it? Did you are you satisfied? Did you climax?
If you have to ask, then you should know.
I'm just saying, but I'm just trying to figure out what would be a better.
I've never been curious if she did or not.
I just want to know what would be a better way for a man, because like you said, it's very violent. Like I beat the pussy up, I killed that pussy, or I fucked the shit out of her. And
smashing.
All those other, we need to move into a more softer,
soft life.
Like Rory said, I penetrated you slowly until the seagulls came home. I don't know, something like that.
To the what goes?
But that's why this all goes full circle with women being responsible for toxic masculinity and the soft life.
Yeah,
because they want all these things given to them and don't want to have to work. We would have to do that, providing she wanted to use capitalism. Let's take that example. There's no room for emotion in this capitalistic world when it comes to providing.
Okay.
So you're asking for a man to be vulnerable. You're asking this and that. You want to be the soft life, all this, but then you also want a man to be vulnerable, but provide. It's very hard to be vulnerable and emotional when all day you've had to live in a capitalistic society that does not allow for emotions when it comes to success.
Right.
So I just don't think women. This buffet. Y'all want the buffet life.
But why do y'all think that y'all are the only ones that have to turn off your emotions in the workplace?
I don't think so. I actually think women have to turn them off more. But I'm saying, as far as toxic masculinity, we're so much more okay with turning our emotions off, and we've been taught our whole lives anyway. So it is much easier for us to do so. Just don't ask me when I get home why I'm not that vulnerable, when women are part of a reason for toxic masculinity. Capitalism is part of it. And you want me to succeed and provide for you. And the best way to do that in this society is not to have any emotions.
Yes, but if you're going to have a partner, you need to learn. If you're going to have a partner, and on top of that, if you're going to have any type of healthy mental, which you need to have a partner, so that goes in hand, you're going to have to learn to balance.
But I don't think he means that in the sense of like a partner that he's in. Like I'm pretty sure that Rory would search for a partner, or any of y'all would search for a partner that they know that you're not the provider, period, of that.
For sure. But I'm going off this soft life thing, not my personal life.
In the sense of again, going back to capitalism, providing for a person, that's all they're looking for. And I guess exchange to it for what?
Yeah, it's very difficult to ask your partner to provide and also be extremely vulnerable when they walk into the door. When outside, if you want them to provide, they can't have that ability.
Wasn't that the shit though back then? Like in the 50s, 60s, that was just kind of like the housewife, and then...
Yeah, and the stereotype would be a man would work his fucking brain away and then come home and take it out on his wife and beat the shit out of her because he's been turning his emotions off all day, doesn't know how to channel them.
Right.
And like Demaris said, it's instead of crying, it turns to anger, and anger turns to violence.
Right.
So he takes his entire day out on the housewife.
Right. That sucks.
There's a term for these. They're called wife beaters.
All right.
Because when you get home, like, it's not funny, but that's where they come from. And in my house, we call them husband beaters.
Why?
Because it's funny. I like a woman in a wife beater.
Women and wife beaters with no bra.
Yes, that's the one for me.
Chef's kiss.
That gets me going.
Chef's kiss.
When they have the husband beater on. Come beat it up, babe.
Y'all need
help.
help.
Beat it up, babe.
Ew, Rory.
Come beat me up.
Wow, you guys are problematic.
But I think that was a good conversation, and I think that all of us as humans can just be more aware of the things that we say, and
be more aware, be softer, be more caring, be more gentle with each other.
Be more communicative as well.
Let's talk about it. Let's get to how we really feel about things. Let's have these conversations that are awkward and make them not awkward. You know what I mean?
Allow room for men's emotions, whether you're raising a man, as far as like raising a child, or whether you're in a relationship.
And men, cry in front of your women.
Yeah.
When she comes home, just be sitting on the couch and just be crying. Fuck it. And she just changes whatever she was coming in the house with, whatever bullshit she was going to come at you with, it totally throws it off track. Now she's just wondering why her man is sitting at home crying.
And if you can't cry, I don't know, watch Rudy right before she comes home.
Watch Rudy. I challenge you not to cry when they put him in the game.
You going?
When they lift him up.
I challenge every man watching or listening to this show to watch Rudy and not cry when they subbed him into the game.
When the groundskeeper starts doing the crazy clap.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's the waterworks. No pun intended. When the groundskeeper.
The waterworks is hilarious. You can't shut it off, Rory?
No. He worked so hard, man. You don't know what Rudy went through.
He deserves a soft life. Rudy deserved a soft life.
Rudy was stupid.
Yo, dog, that shit had me.
Rudy was a dumbass.
Why was Rudy a dumbass?
Yo, the waterworks.
Man.
Oh, man.
All right. It got him a degree from Notre Dame.
Okay.
So I guess it was worth that and cool pride and all that. We all know the guy that's still living in high school.
The waterworks is hilarious, dog. Because it's true, though. Like, you want to know why that's funny? I'll never forget the first time I watched Rudy. Great story, great movie. And it's a fact that when he subbed him into the game, you just got emotional. Like,
and by the way, it was at the exact time you changed the channel. It wasn't a good game. It was a blowout. Throw the subs in. Yeah. They even had to convince him to throw the subs in when it was a blowout.
Yo, man, the waterworks is hilarious, man. Yeah, man, cry in front of your girl, man. Fuck it, man.
Like I get. Let's applaud.
It should be a national. Isn't it like a thing in like Asian countries where they have to cry? Because I be seeing videos of like men just crying.
Bro, where you get your news from?
It's like somebody when like one of the leaders of the country passes away, they have to cry or you get in trouble for it.
Well, what he's talking about
that's called communism.
Yeah,
North Korea.
So
we need that here.
Korea.
We need that here. I think everybody should have to cry like one day out of the month. I guarantee you, like it will be so much good will come from that.
Well, National Crying Day is June 24th.
But who are we crying for though?
There's a National Crying Day.
June 24th.
Oh my fucking God. I can't wait. I think I have that day off too.
That was established
what day?
in June 24th.
That's Gemini's, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Rory.
National Crying Day is
what political leader will we be crying for?
Joe.
Do you think you guys would have stormed the Capitol if all those men like cried the day before and just kind of got their emotions out?
No, they wouldn't have.
You don't think that was some suppressed white anger that could have just been let out?
But like crying?
Yeah. Like straight white men are under attack and no one will listen to me.
Well, to be fair,
we're the minority in this country now.
I think they were crying when they
what
attacked.
if they just did that instead of storming the Capitol?
I think they were crying when they stormed the Capitol. But they had mass
white war cries?
Yeah. They were crying. It was a cry. They were crying for help.
Cautious cries?
Crying for a fair vote. Like, yeah, I don't know what they were crying for.
The Caucasus Mountain cry?
The Caucasus Mountain.
That is hilarious. Yeah, but I challenge any man
that's funny
to watch Rudy and not cry when they subbed him in the game. It's impossible. As a man, you have that's like whoever that part of the movie, that's just man cry time. Like ladies, just leave. Just leave us alone with Rudy for a minute and let us get our thoughts together.
What is it? Brian's song? What's the other one? Brian Piccolo. I tear up at that one. At the speech at the end. Look that one up. That's another football. I
never seen that one.
I was gonna ask you guys what movies have made y'all tear or.
I told y'all when Raphael got jumped and Ninja Turtles, I cried.
Hey, Brian Piccolo.
I think the first time I remember I cried watching the movie. I was young. Was Cornbread Earl and Me when they killed Cornbread. When the police killed Cornbread, I cried at that part.
Titanic.
You cried watching the Titanic?
I cried for masculinity. That door was big enough.
It definitely was.
There was mad space on that.
That door was definitely.
I cried as a creator.
That was a twin size.
Like who let that
fit?
I've slept with 2 women in a college dorm bed.
Yeah, comfortably.
You could have fit on that fucking door.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, y'all could have cuddled on the door.
Yeah, Jack didn't have to die like that.
No, he definitely
didn't have to go out like that.
But she was a piece of shit. So
and then she threw the gem in the sea.
Yeah, piece of shit. Why would you do that?
She was a cheater. She went against her family. Then the new dude she even betrayed. And then
the new dude was beating her. So do you want to retract that?
No, I'm talking about her husband she cheated on. Jack being the new dude. She betrayed him. She fucking left him in the freezing ocean when he could have easily climbed on that fucking door.
That was a twin size.
Then all of a sudden, once he dies, she knows how to blow a fucking whistle.
Yeah, she garnered the strength to blow until they heard her.
And then after all of that, instead of maybe thinking about Jack's family and like maybe he got relatives, let me just throw this fucking diamond that the whole world's looking for into the ocean. Jack's family maybe could have used a pension.
Mind you, she had it the whole time, and that's why they got her for it.
And then she moved on and had mad kids.
What a life. Jack's bones are somewhere at the bottom of the Atlantic.
That shit is definitely disintegrated by now.
Oh, we have to add to the conspiracy list for the episode. The Titanic did not actually sink. I looked into that one.
No, I think we saw it. We saw footage of it.
That was again Steven Spielberg. That was his version. That wasn't a documentary. Like Leo wasn't really on the boat.
No, the real Titanic sank.
They didn't have drones at that time.
Yeah. The real Titanic sank.
Rose didn't have a GoPro on.
So do you?
Right.
We'll save that for the conspiracy.
We'll
That sounds
save
like a
that
great
for another
topic.
conspiracy.
To intro it, to then go to the next episode, they switched the boats, and that wasn't really... No, a boat did sink, but it wasn't the Titanic. They renamed another boat the Titanic.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not really
listen,
like
I love
conspiracy
conspiracies.
that like affects anyone's lives, because everyone did die.
Except for the people from the
It
Titanic.
did, like, does it matter that it was painted Titanic or not? But yes, that wasn't the real Titanic.
Got you. May 21st, Biggie's birthday.
Yes.
Biggie would have turned 50 this past Saturday. Happy birthday to Biggie Smalls. So in honor of Biggie, May 21st has been named Big Day in New York City.
Yes.
Should have been quicker than that, but I'm happy, happy they did. And it's
Happy
St.
that the
James? Is
family
it
got
called
that.
Notorious B.I.G. Way? I haven't really been over there in a while.
I'm not sure. It should be though. It definitely
Fulton
should
or
be.
St. James should be.
Yeah.
But I heard they shut down St. James on Saturday between Gates and Fulton.
Dope.
So, and shout out to CJ. I didn't realize CJ follows the new Rory and Mall page.
Yeah, I was with CJ at the Monogram. It's funny because CJ, we was talking. Shout out to CJ Wallace, Biggie's son. For those that don't know, we was at the Monogram dinner, and he was talking. And
I'm so mad I missed that old shit, man.
And he was talking. We were talking, kicking it, and he told me that he never been to Madison Square Garden, and he never been to a Yankee game. And I was blown away by that. I was like, "There's no way Biggie's son has never been to Madison Square Garden." I would have never thought that. I would have never. And granted, he did grow up on the West Coast and in Atlanta, I believe. So I understand he didn't spend a lot of time in New York, but still, it's like
it feels criminal.
Biggie's son, that's criminal. Biggie's son should definitely have been to Yankee Stadium and to Madison Square Garden.
He should have thrown out a pitch or done a sweepstakes with a foul shot.
Absolutely, something, right?
Yeah.
So
we gotta take CJ to a Yankee game.
Yeah,
it's funny because I was gonna take him Friday.
Okay.
I texted him and I said, "Yo, what are you doing?" But the game got rained out one, and he said they had the party Friday night. He said, Little Kim had put together the party for Big's birthday, so he couldn't go. But I think he's still here, so I think I want to take him this week to a Yankee game.
I feel offended that Maul was sneaky linking CJ and didn't even tell me.
No, we didn't link. But I was going to the Yankee game Friday. The Monogram dinner was Monday, so I just thought about it when he said it, and I was like, I'm already going to the game. I was like, nah, I gotta. Biggie's son has to go to a Yankee game or at least
You just
a
gonna
Knick
put him in the
game.
box?
He's been to the Barclays though. He said he's been to Barclays.
I would hope so.
Yeah, he's been to Barclays. He's never been to Madison
His
Square
dad
Garden.
is hanging in the rafters there.
I mean, I told him, I was like, bro, Madison Square, like.
I went to the first because when Jay did those, I think it was 7 days, 7 shows. Barclays the first opening.
Yeah.
I went to the first night, like the first night it opened for the Jay concert, and I did love that there was no intro. Hove just played Juicy. Just so Juicy could be the first record ever played at the Barclays Center.
Wow.
Like I thought that was ill. That Hove. It wasn't like some fucking like intro. Like let's start with Juicy, then I'll get into. No, he just hit play. Just let Juicy rock, and this is how we're starting the Barclays Center.
Yeah, I think that that is the only way you would open that building.
And then after that, Big Daddy Kane came out, dancers, everything. I was like, oh, this is Brooklyn. I'm happy Hove gave that moment to Big and Kane and everyone.
He gets it. We know that. For sure. People say what they want about Jay, but he pays attention to the details. He understands the importance of little things like that that mean so much.
And I'm not really the IG guy. I just saw when it said at the bottom when I clicked CJ's page on Saturday because everyone was just posting a bunch of shit, and I saw the followers New Rory Mall. Then I clicked his followers, which I don't do, and I feel weird even talking about that. CJ follows all the fucking ill, weirdo, alternative R&B underground artists that I do. I was like, this is like CJ knows about him. This shit it was weird. And I thought it was ill that he has like a completely different taste. I'm sure, of course, he loves his pop music.
His dad was into jazz, things that nobody probably
he's
ever known.
into some weirdo shit like me.
Yeah.
I thought that was dope.
Yeah, so shout out to the Wallace family. Shout out to his kids, his mom, everybody, man. That was big for them to name May 21st Big Day in New York City. and happy birthday to Biggie Smalls. I was mad I totally forgot that they were giving away the Metro cards at certain train stations in Brooklyn to commemorate Biggie's 50th birthday. But then I saw the videos online. Those lines were absolutely ridiculous. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Maul wouldn't have waited on those lines. I would have done what I usually do, went to the person in the front and just said, yo, listen, I'll give you $100.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting on this line. The line was wrapped around the inside of the station, outside of the station, down the block. I love Big. And then half of those kids were 25. You weren't even alive. Like, you don't even know. You don't know. You didn't know Elvis. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like move, man. Get out the way. Y'all don't even know what this is. But either way, I thought the MTA did a great job.
Yeah.
Excuse me, of saluting Biggie on his 50th birthday. I thought that was really dope. Mad I didn't get a Metro card. I'm sure I'll find one online for like $1,000 that they're trying to resell them for.
Don't do that, Maul, because I want my kids to respect Biggie the same way I grew up to respect him, the same way my dad. Like I want that because my kids gonna think Michael's still alive until like they're
no. I get that. I get that.
But I don't think that's what he's saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I listen to his music, look at his videos, study his lyricism and all of that. His art, his artistry for sure. But things like that, we know they just getting that, going to the machine, getting 10 of them to flip them online. Like we know what that is.
They respect the hype beast. They don't respect.
Yeah, they don't respect.
It could have been anybody's picture on there, but because it was the moment in the hype beast world, birthday, let's go do that.
Yeah, and that's all I was mad. I was just like, I'm glad I didn't. But
I understand.
Either way, happy birthday to Biggie Smalls, who would have been 50 on Saturday. Diddy and Jay were on Spaces, Twitter Spaces, and to just talk about Biggie and his birthday and everything like that. And Diddy gave Jay his flowers and said, he stepped up after the untimely death of Biggie and Tupac, and he filled their shoes. Is pretty much what
Do you agree with that?
Amongst others,
filled his shoes. I don't think you can fill Biggie or Pac's shoes. Let me just say that. I don't think that. I definitely know that Jay wasn't trying to fill nobody's shoes. I think Jay was gonna be Jay, no matter what. But I do understand what Diddy was saying. It's kind of like these two big pillars that we had in our culture are gone. And after them, you became the guy that we looked at in the culture like, okay, he's one of the pillars. And for years, it's been that for Jay. He's been one of the pillars of hip hop and the culture, music, business. He made it real for people to understand that you can have a talent and, you can have a dream. And you can see it through. You can achieve these goals. You can be from these communities, these projects, with all of this, these obstacles that life throws at you. You can clear these hurdles. You can get around these obstacles, and you can still get to your goals and become, one of the biggest people and influences in your culture.
Do you think Hov was always going to be Hov, or do you think
absolutely
things would be different if Big was still alive?
No, I mean things would
be different.
Both,
I still
both
think Hov would be Hov, but
both of those are true. Things would be different, and Jay was still going to be Jay no matter what. I just think that his talent was undeniable. His and
even to say that, because I always hate when people say that type of shit. Because let's deal with what actually happened. But even Volume 1, it's not like Big died and then Hov was Hov at Volume 1. Because he wasn't really Hov till Volume 2.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the name, but like.
Yeah, that's when he took off. That's when his career took off.
Until Hard Knock Life, he still wasn't like what Big was.
Yeah.
So, it's not like, Big died and then everyone was just like, well, you're the new Big.
You're the new guy.
Here you go.
Yeah, perform. Let's hear. It wasn't, and I don't like when people do that. I think it's just stupid. Both things are true. Yes. He did
Nas as well.
I only asked because of the line in the Pusha T song.
Yeah, no, I get it. Right, yeah, but because he hears that. He hears that a lot. He's been hearing his whole career. It's like, it's like I was gonna be me no matter what, because I was always and only me. But I do understand what Diddy was saying by saying, you stepped up and you became the guy that we all looked up to and that really pushed the culture in a whole different direction.
Big and Pac, and like just pushing forward. That's just me being a student of the game and loving the game and loving the culture and just wanting to push the culture forward. And for me, that was the challenge that I was faced with. And that's a void. That's a big void. That ain't others stepped in and filled it as well. Not just myself, but it was That's a big boy. That's the two pillars right there. Imagine that within a year.
Yeah, 6 months,
right.
6 months apart. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Yo, I want to say, bro, you filled them shoes though. You came in and you know what I'm saying. So we definitely give thanks for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely, came in. And I just know how much Big, like really looked up to Jay. You know what I'm saying?
As far as like
they looked up to each other. You know what I'm saying? They looked up to each other. And yeah, that is crazy to have to step into the shoes of like two people, because that's all it was those two people, and they had like the game. They had things on lock. Hove was coming, you know what I'm saying? But like, it was like these two cats was just so big, you know what I'm saying? And then so it's like to have all of that, like, come on you and have that responsibility to keep this shit fly and keep the art of it going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think Hov really kept Hov kept the art of it going and was able to take where they was at and take it, you know what I'm saying? Take it even higher. So,
yeah. And he,
like they look.
Yeah. So that was dope for Diddy to say that and, give Hov his quote unquote flowers.
For sure. And
after that whole traumatic losing of Pac and Big, like crazy times. But Jay definitely became the guy, and he definitely took the culture to new levels, and like all across the board, musically, business and culture, influence, and just around the world and things he's doing, with different organizations, and now him and his wife Beyonce doing amazing things. Like it's just, when you look back at it, it's like where he started, his message and things he was saying, and watching him grow and become a man and a family man and a businessman, and it's a lot.
Because at that point, with or without the unfortunate Biggie situation, when did Beans come? 98, 99? Like Rockefeller was 99. Yeah. I think Beans was 99, the first one. Rockefeller was in motion of being what it was, regardless of what Bad Boy was doing.
Oh yeah. That's that's what Puff said. Jay, he was coming for sure. But pause. But it's filling Big in Pac's shoes is something that I don't think will ever be done. But I do understand what Diddy was saying. It's like Jay definitely, carried that torch, and he became the biggest star in the culture, and just handled himself and carried himself well throughout his entire career.
Yeah. And the truth was 2000. But I know Beans was out in 99.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, February 2000 was when the album came. Well, I asked you because you were what, 16 or 17 when Big and Pac died?
I was a little younger. I was 15. 14,
so you
15.
can obviously speak to that climate way more than the three of us can. What was that like as a teenager?
It was weird. I remember when Pac died. It was like a shock to everybody because he had got shot, and then he died days later in the hospital. And then we just kind of got the news that he passed away in the hospital and things like that. And that shook everybody up. Like, damn, Tupac died. Like, it was definitely a time where even if that whole East Coast West Coast shit, that wasn't real. That people on the East Coast, we loved Pac. So that hurt us too when Pac died. Biggie was different because of the way. First of all, it was so sudden. It was it literally was like, I remember going to school and I'm listening. I had the CD Walkman. I don't remember what I was listening to, but I had a CD Walkman. I'm walking to the train station. And how you walk past the newsstand, you look at newspapers or whatever, and I think the headline was the rise and fall of Big. And at the time, I thought Biggie may have fell because remember he had the cane.
I remember, from the car accident.
His leg was messed up, so I'm like, damn, Big must have fell, like hurt himself, something. Didn't register to me that they were saying that he died until I got on the train, and a lady had the newspaper, and she was reading it, and she was like, "It's so sad that they killed Biggie," and I'm like, "What?" Because you gotta remember this happened in California, where they're 3 hours behind, and it was late in California because they was doing like the after party. So like our time, 7:30, 8 a.m. was probably like around the time where they had probably announced it in California.
Yeah.
So, you know, for us to be me, I'm walking to the train station like, I seen the paper. I was like, well, Biggie, what?
Yeah.
It was the craziest shit, man. It was like, it was unbelievable. Like that feeling was like, and that was the moment where, you know, me being young, I felt like, oh shit, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from New York. I can't go to California.
Mhm.
I remember feeling that way. Like, I can't go to California. They hate East Coast people because we were being fed this whole East Coast, West Coast beef thing. And then Pac is killed. And then Biggie is killed in California.
It could appear if you're not in the know.
Yeah, so I'm young. I'm like, you know, I'm like, oh shit, they really don't. They hate us. Like, they killed Biggie over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just, you know, it was a very, very, you know, me being 14, 15 years old. It was a very weird time, especially when, you know, the way we received our information and news back then was so different. You didn't really know what was going on. You didn't know the ins and outs of things like that. But it was tough, man. You know, that was definitely something that affected a lot of people. I even think to this day that shook up the industry in a way where we really don't quite comprehend it yet, but it changed a lot. It definitely changed a lot. I remember when we got the news that Nipsey had passed.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, you know, in a weird, selfish way, I remember thinking to myself, I'm so glad that this did not happen outside of his hometown. It's weird.
I see what you're saying.
But I was like, if Nip would have been taken from us and killed like this in another city, I think that would have set off violence and a spree of, you know, just bad things that I don't think anybody would have really been ready for, because I remember what it felt like when we lost Big, and it was a divide. It was like a real, we can't go over there. I'm 15 thinking this. I'm not going there anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I remember feeling that, like, oh shit, we can't go to the West Coast. We can't go to California. Like, they hate people from New York over there. You know what I mean? Like, I really remember feeling like that.
At this time, were your brothers traveling like that? Like, was
Just
this a
about to
fear
ask,
for you?
Yeah,
because
but I was young. I was still young. I was 14, 15 years old. But you know, they were because I think they used to do like, I think, a ski trip, or like they used to do something around that time where they were like out of town somewhere doing something. I don't know if they had like it was a ski trip or some type of trip where, you know, how they used to do like bus rides and go somewhere. Of course. And I remember they had to come back once they got the news that Big had died. I remember they had to come back to the city. And it was crazy, man. It was definitely a real, the energy over the city was very, very, like, you could tell that everybody felt that, because older people love Big, younger people love Big. You know what I'm saying? He was such a pillar in his community. He was a face in his community. Everybody watched him grow up. So you really felt like you was losing one of your own. You know what I mean? And it was just, you know, it's crazy how years later, and I always say, like, nothing is new under the sun. Like, you know, we continue to lose so many people in our culture where you can almost become numb to it and you expect it. It's fucked up. But when people say things like, damn, you know, Pop Smoke was so young, and, you know, Nipsey was so young and these things, I'm like, well, Pac and Big was only 23, 24.
Which I
you know, 25 years old maybe. And, you know, it's like they were young too. These were young men.
I've said, because, you know, Pac and Big at my age were like, you know, like these figures that, because I was 6 and 7 when they both died, or 6 when they both died. I view them more as like these gods, like they weren't real people type of shit. So when I got to 24 years old and then 25 years old is when it finally hit me, like, wait, Big and Pac were kids? Like, wait, Big died at 24?
Yeah.
I feel like a child at 24.
Yeah.
Like, these were children. Because, you know, when you have that in your brain of them being like these rap gods that you never really saw in the flesh or anything like that, you kind of just have in your head that they're older, the way you look at older people.
Yeah.
And then you get to that age and it's like, oh, Pac was just a 25-year-old wilding in Vegas the same way I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's shit is weird.
They were young. They were young, man. They were young. They just had a lot of responsibilities on their shoulders.
They did a whole lot.
They did a whole lot in a short time. That's why they're so legendary and so...
Both way more intellectual than...
Oh, absolutely.
Or most 24 or 25-years-olds I know.
Yeah,
like,
and
that's what's crazy about it too, I think.
Yeah, you're talking about, you know, all those years ago in the 90s, I think a 24, 25-year-old in the 90s is different from a 24, 20, especially in the way the world has changed.
Yeah.
And, you know, like just what goes on in the world now. It was a difference. It was more, you felt a lot older. You carried yourself a lot more maturely.
And the things they were talking about, just it felt as I was getting older that these were just older brains.
Yeah.
Like these were people that were way more mature, had lived a long life to be able to have this perspective and this type of intellect. That's why it was so weird when I turned 24. Like, oh wow, Big died at 24.
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's you know, it's fucked up that, you know, again, so many years later we still see it happening. You know, whether we losing them to, you know, the hands of violence or to, you know, the justice system. It's still like, you know, it's fucked up to see our young people in our culture still going through a lot of these things and still falling victim to a lot of the bullshit that we like to glorify a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? But happy birthday to Biggie Smalls. Happy 50th birthday to Biggie Smalls. Prayers and condolences still and always to the Wallace family.
All right, I don't want to end on a sour note, but I don't think it's a sour one, man. I'm glad everyone can still celebrate Big's life. So
absolutely, as we should celebrate all of our heroes in our culture. Celebrate everybody that has a part and a hand in building this hip hop culture.
And we'll go to the Yankee game with CJ. I would like to have CJ on the pod, not even on some Biggie shit.
Oh no,
like,
we definitely want to do something with CJ. Gotta do something with CJ. I think that it's only right. Shout out to Rick Ross. He had his car show in Atlanta over the weekend. I saw a lot of people was down there, brought their cars out.
If I would have known, I would have brought the Mozzie.
I started to tell you we should have brought the Mozzie down to the promised land.
That'd be a great. I mean, even though Flex is a weirdo to me now after that little comment shit he did about me, but the Flex car show, does that still happen? I'll definitely pull the Mazda up to the Flex car show.
I'm not sure. I think so.
Just because I don't think the Mazda could make it down to Atlanta. It can make it to the Bronx.
We gotta ship the Mazda down.
Yo, shipping the Mazda.
We put the Mazda on the flatbed, ship it down to Atlanta.
There you go. The same way Pimp C did for the Big Pimpin' video.
Knock on Ross Gate like, yo,
listen.
Bought a toy down here, just put it on the lot.
Brought a toy down here.
We bought a toy down here,
it's put it on the lot. It's actually a toy in the actual definition of it.
Put it on the put it right there next to the 72, whatever that is. Like, put it right there. The Mazda belongs
I tried
right
to take
there.
the Mazda and come see you, man. Rory hid the keys from me.
I took him with me.
Going crazy in the
You
Mazda.
couldn't even keep the soap in the container.
That was mad. Whatever.
Yeah, you would have had a side view mirror missing and all kind of shit.
I'm actually a very good driver, contrary to popular women can't drive. Believe.
No, I know a lot of women that can drive, but I just I don't care. I know it sounds. I just hate when female Uber drivers pick me up. I don't.
And it's just funny to say y'all can't drive.
Well, why? Why again?
I just don't like being chauffeured by a woman. Sitting in the backseat while a woman, it just feels crazy to me. Like you let me sit in the front, shotgun with you all day.
Oh, we're right out.
Yeah, all day. But me sitting in the back and like watching a woman follow directions, dropping me off somewhere, it's just crazy to me. Like I don't want to. You know what I mean?
It's mom is old school, so I get it.
Yeah, it's just a little weird. Not saying that women can't. I know some great women that drive better. I know a lot of men that can't drive.
Yes.
I know a lot of really, really good female drivers. Females, y'all a little more heavy on that foot though, like hitting them turns. Y'all be living dangerous on them turns. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, I learned how to drive from Need for Speed, so I know to brake before I hit them. And then you drive into the corner.
You shouldn't learn to drive from Need for Speed.
Grand Theft
Auto shouldn't be
Let's just put that out there. You shouldn't unlearn that.
And I hate to ruin all the progress and maturity we made from this episode, but if you a man you can't drive, you mad pussy.
And this has been another episode of New Rory and Maul.
This has been another episode of New Rory and Maul. I'm Maul. That's Rory. He thinks you're pussy if you don't know how to drive and you're a man.
And we'll see
or you're not a man. You're less of a man.
You guys know how to drive stick?
Hey, yo.
Pause, but yeah.
And on that note, we will talk to y'all in a few days. Y'all be blessed. Stay safe. Stream your favorite artists. Support your favorite artists. Support your favorite podcasters. Get tickets to the Roots Picnic if you haven't gotten them. It's going to be a great, great weekend in Philadelphia. Shout out to the Roots. Shout out to everybody touching the stage that weekend. Everybody be safe. Have a great week. Weather's warming up in New York. Get out there, have some fun, spend some money,
do some
save some money if you can. Hit the gym.
Cat call these men. Hey yo, shorty in the gray shorts. Yeah, you. What's up?
I will ask Eddin. I will ask Eddin before we sign off. How does it feel that you spoke to, have a selfie with, and put your hand over your heart for the future president of the United States?
I feel great. I love this
Logan Paul has announced he will be running for office for the U.S. presidency. And his vice president will be his brother Jake.
Mm-hmm.
Eddin will be What
secretary,
Head
of the mail office in the White House. I don't know.
I'll be Secretary of State.
Could be a mail boy.
Yeah.
Shit, they make more money than us.
We have
Imagine Eddin as your press secretary.
Oh my God.
First of all, why does that? Well, why? What's wrong with that?
No, Eddin, you could be like head of like the photo department. You could take like a bunch of pictures around
I thought
the
he
White
said
House.
pig.
Yeah. No.
You could edit their TikToks from the Oval Office.
Yeah, you could do that because you know they're gonna be the first presidents on TikTok.
Of course.
You know that. So you can run that department. Head of social media marketing, something like that. They gotta make up a new term for you, but I think you would be great for the job.
DC was giving me Olivia Pope vibes. Like I was ready to like get into like
They spent
politics.
1 weekend in DC and now they want to be. You know what? This has been another episode of New
And
Rory
you saw
and Maul.
about. Never mind. We'll leave
Don't
Olivia
do it.
alone.
Don't do it.
Listen, man, enjoy y'all week. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. We'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.
Peace.